What's up, guys? It's Eric and Marcus from Rare Candy, and today we're back with another set review. Since we have Guardians Rising coming out in May, we are actually going to be taking a look at the Japanese counterpart since all of the scans recently came out for it. Basically, everything in this set is pretty much guaranteed to be in the international counterpart, which is Guardians Rising. So we're going to take a look at this and see kind of what new cards that we have, in store for us. So if I'm not mistaken, our set will be comprised of the Japanese set, their Sun and Moon 1 Plus set, and also a starter deck. So we're going to be taking a look at all three of those since if how they've released sets in the past or any indication, those will be the source of all the cards for our set. So as usual with a lot of Japan stuff too, this is broken into two different sets. I know that sounds really confusing, but there's two main sets that make up Japan's set. I've said set a lot, so hope I didn't lose you guys. Hope you're still following along. But basically, there's a lot of cards we're gonna look at. That's all you need to know. So yes, the second Sun and Moon set.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Marcus. I thought the first one was pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, it was pretty good. Lapras, pretty good. Lurantis, that's pretty sick. So there's a bunch. I haven't taken a look at a lot of the cards from this set yet. I've only seen the hype on online and stuff. So
Yeah.
I've seen the hype for the Aqua Patch and a couple other cards, but I have not taken a look at this set at all. So, but I've heard nothing but good about it. So I'm super stoked for it.
I'd say the set is just as good or better than the first Sun and Moon set, which is nice because Evolutions was kind of bad. So it's nice we're starting to get some more competitive cards yet again. But yeah, so let's just dive right into it. Like Marcus said, this is his first time really taking a look at it. I've looked at all the cards, but we've been concentrating on the current format. So we really, to be honest, we're not going to have a lot of top tier broken ideas for you. This is going to be our first impressions, and we'll do more detailed deck profiles and stuff once this comes closer to being released here internationally. Okay, so let's see. First Pokemon we'll take a look at, it's actually going to be Victory Bell. I don't think this card is that great, but its first attack is interesting. I just want to bring attention to it.
Yeah.
So got our boy Victory Bell back in the game.
Oh, that's a cool artwork.
Yeah, and
looks kind of cartoony and stuff. Look at his eyes. It's pretty good.
And if you guys like Victory Bell, we got some sick looking Victory Bell dice bags over at our online store. So yeah, check out that quick little shameless plug there and go check them out. But anyway, so we got Victory Bell, 140 hit points, grass type, so that automatically makes it kind of good because it can abuse forest giant plants. But really, we're taking a look at for the first attack, Pollen Hazard, 20 damage. But your opponent's active is now poisoned, burned, and confused.
Jeez.
So, and if you guys aren't familiar with Burn 2 since Sun and Moon, they did update the ruling to where your opponent automatically takes 20 damage between every turn, and they flip to see if they are unburned. So, effectively, you're doing 50 for 1 guaranteed because of poison and burn. And if they don't retreat, basically they're going to take another 30, assuming they don't recover from burn. So, what do you think about that, Marcus?
It's pretty crazy. It's it's a lot of conditions to be under at the same exact time. But I don't know if it'll be that good. I mean, for 1 energy, it's not bad, and it is a stage 2. But like you said, you get forest, so I don't know. I don't think it'll see play, but it definitely seems interesting for sure.
I'll say this: if they print a card that's maybe akin to Burbank City Gym, or maybe even like the old Volcarona from Dark Explorers that increases burn damage, like if there's a way to increase the effects of these status conditions, I think this card could be more viable. But as of right now, I think it's just kind of like, oh, that's neat. That's we'll see.
Yeah.
But just wanted to bring attention to it. It seems like an okay card. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what else good. Oh yeah, this guy is okay. Golisopod.
What the heck is this thing?
You haven't seen him in Sun and Moon yet?
No, I haven't gotten that far in the game. I just got my Lapras that I can ride on its back, and I got a fishing rod. So that's about as far as I am.
Well, this is a new Pokemon from Sun and Moon.
He looks kind of cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got this ability. Well, first of all, Grass Pokemon yet again. 130 hit points on a stage 1. That's all. I think automatically makes this card
Yeah.
decent in its own right. But it's got this ability just called Armor. What a clever name.
Yeah.
Damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 30. So I think that so effectively he has 160 hit points.
Yeah.
If you want to one-shot this guy.
You can throw an assault vest on there.
Yeah, so that's
That'd
that's kind of stupid, isn't it?
be pretty good.
But then its attack is okay as well for a grass and DCE. Does 80 damage, but if they're a GX or an EX, it does 70 more. So it's kind of
Okay.
cool. Some EX GX hate.
Yeah. I like that. That's pretty good.
And there also is a card that is, I think it was a promo in Japan that also should be lumped into this set. I don't have a scan for it, but I believe it's called Choice Band.
Oh yeah.
So, and this would actually be a good card with it, but Choice Band, we'll mention that since it's probably going to be in the set. It's a tool card. You attach it to one of your Pokemon, and the attacks of that Pokemon do 30 more damage to EXs and GXs. So I think just alone, I guess it's kind of veering off topic a little bit, but it ties into this guy. I think that's actually going to be a huge card for this set. I guess let's finish talking about this, then we can, I guess we can talk about Choice Band after this card.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, so this guy does 150 damage, but if you have Choice Band, that will bump it up to 180, which is pretty perfect because that knocks out most EXs and GXs.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, that seems pretty good. You got a stage 1 with basically, effectively 160 hit points
Yeah.
that has the potential to one-shot EXs and GXs.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. I mean, I like it. You could, since it's a stage 1, you can also play it with the evolutions too.
Oh, that's true. Ooh,
So-
that's kind of juicy.
Yeah.
I would just be concerned about powering this guy up. That'd be the only thing I'd be concerned about.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 colorless and a grass. I mean, it's 2 attachments, I guess, with the DCE.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but it'll be very awkward to keep streaming these throughout the course of an entire game. So that makes me think, like, would you maybe play like a 1/1 of this in a Lurantis deck potentially?
Right.
Or like, I don't see a deck being built around this guy unless there's some other acceleration that's coming out that this guy could be used. But I feel like this would be a tech card,
Yeah.
maybe for certain matchups. Or maybe even in Decidueye, this could be a decent attacker in Decidueye
Right.
or Decidueye Vileplume. I don't know. Do you have any other more thoughts on this guy, Marcus?
No, not really. I mean, he just seems like a solid stage 1. Like you said, like versatile. Like could be in a different deck or whatever. Like as like like a tech or something. Help out in like other decks and stuff. Yeah, it'd be kind of. I don't know. Like I like his damage and stuff, like to GXs and EXs and whatnot. But then if you play against like non-EX GX decks, I feel like you'd have a hard time, maybe against stuff like Passimian or Vespiquen.
Yeah, that's why I think it'll be more of a tech than an entire deck built around it.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of putting a Assault Vest on this guy, too. That'd be so dumb.
Yeah.
Basically 200 hit points, essentially.
Yep.
So that's interesting. But, yeah, so I think this is a card to keep an eye on. I don't think it's going to, like... My knee-jerk reaction is it won't break the game, but I think this could potentially pop up as a tech in certain decks. So next up, we actually have a kind of a reprint. I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw this one, Marcus.
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah, man, we got Victini. It's not a direct reprint, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
But it has the old Victory Star ability, just like the one for Noble Victories. So once during your turn, after you flip any coins for an attack, you may ignore all those flips and flip them again. And you can only use this ability once each turn, so this won't stack. So even if you have multiple Victines in play, you can still only use one ability. So, yeah, this card, it saw play, well, the first one for Noble Victory saw some play in, mainly from what I remember, Vanillux. I think that was the big deck that played this card.
Yeah.
And also, certain electric variants ran it to deal with Darkrai, to strand them in the active spot. But yeah, I don't know in the current format what flip card would really benefit from this. Like, what are there any good flip?
Mega
attacks?
Steelix EX. Steelix EX, yeah, you could use it in that. So that
Oh
way you have
god.
like a 25% chance of actually doing damage. So could play
Well,
it in that.
I'm talking about good cards, Marcus.
Oh, okay.
Not just any card.
Yeah.
Well,
Um.
I don't know.
I don't know. Crap. Is there another flip attacker?
I mean, you can maybe say
Isn't there
Froakie, but like,
some Cacturn or something that's a flip? Maybe it's
I don't
not
know.
Cacturn. I don't know.
We'd probably have to go through like a bunch of cards. Like, there's probably some card out there that has like a decent flip effect.
Pyukumuku.
Oh, that's flip until you get tails. Like,
You can
I don't know if it. Nah, man. Nah.
that way if you flip tails after like one or two or something, you can be like, let me go again.
That sounds terrible. I'm sorry. Like, there's probably some card that we've like looked over in set reviews and stuff before and said, "Oh, that's whatever," and that we
Yeah.
just kind of dismissed that Victini could maybe help.
Uh-huh.
Because usually, whenever you see a card that says "flip a coin," we usually kind of just stop reading and go on to the next card. It's like,
Yeah.
nope, this is bad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think this ability is really just only as good as the Pokemon that are in the game that have flip attacks. So that's maybe something we should keep in mind when reading the rest.
Malamar.
That's an expanded. You could already use the old Victini in expanded.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But yeah, so like we'll just have to keep that in mind as we're looking through all these cards. So if we see something that has a cool flip attack, maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah.
And let's see. Okay, so next up we have our first GX of the set, and that's actually going to be Turtonator GX. And if I remember right, this guy is pretty solid, if I remember right. But yeah, basic Pokemon with hit points of 190, so pretty tanky right off the bat. 3 retreat, water weak, sounds about right. First attack for a DCE, Trap Shell, 20 damage. If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack during your opponent's next turn, place 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon.
Jeez.
So if you put a burst balloon on this guy,
Oh.
they take 140.
Oh god.
Isn't that so
It's
gross?
annoying. Jesus.
That's disgusting just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Let's keep going though to his other attacks. The next one, Crimson Flame for 2 fire and a colorless is 160, and you discard 2 fire attached to this Pokemon. And then Nitro Tank GX for 1 fire, you attach 5 fire from your discard to your Pokemon in any way that you like. So it's kind of the opposite of a Solgaleo GX
Yeah.
that lets you search 5 energy out your deck. This one, it's more specific. It's 5 and it has 5 fire and it has to be from the discard. But Solgaleo GX's attack is crazy. So I feel like this one is equally, or at least comparably,
Yeah.
it is good. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on this guy?
Pair it with Pyukumuku.
Why Pyukumuku?
Oh wait, no, don't pair it with Pyukumuku. I forget. I was having some sort of Pyukumuku thought in my head while you were talking about that, and I mean, Trap Shell definitely seems extremely annoying. Like people are already like, I'll promote a Tauros or something off an escape rope, and people
Yeah.
already don't want to hit that. Like imagine like this kind of thing, like attack. And then they're like, well, I don't want to attack it. Like, I want to take 80. And then if you put a balloon on it, I don't want to take 140. So,
Yep.
yeah, I don't. That seems interesting for sure. Crimson Flame 160. You could belt it and one shot like 170 HP
Or Choice
attackers
Band.
and stuff. Ooh, yeah,
Which
Choice
we
Band.
already dismissed it. Let's just talk about that where the trainer cards are. I guess that'll be more sensible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it seems good. Like Nitro Tank, it seems good. Like Solgaleo's is obviously better, and you have to because you have to like rare candy into it and stuff like that. I think I think searching out of your deck is better than
Yeah.
searching out of your discard.
I would definitely say so.
So but I mean, this still seems good too. You can just like, mid game, mid late game, or something like that. If you need like a bunch of energy on your board, I guess you could just throw all that on there.
I guess it just depends. Like, is this guy going to be his own deck, or do you
Yeah.
put it in Volcanion? That's the tough one. That's what we'll have to play around and see. I think,
Could be his own deck, I guess.
I feel like even if you played its own deck, you would still run like a Volcanion EX or two just to buff its damage. Because
Yeah,
you could,
yeah, that seems good. Yeah,
because you could steam up to buff his attack up to like 190 or 220.
Yeah.
So that seems kind of good to me.
Yeah, I think you'd need to do that just because there's all of these Pokemon are so big these days.
Yeah, like,
And then so like 160 isn't really doing much.
so definitely whatever deck he is in, I feel like Volcanion and Volcanion EX will like be in there.
Yeah.
I just don't know like what the counts are going to be. If the deck is going to be built to mainly be where Volcanion is attacking or Turtonator.
Yeah.
But I honestly kind of like this guy better than Volcanion in a lot of aspects. Volcanion's honestly kind of a bad attacker. Like, its only attack, yes, you can buff it to do big amounts of damage, but then your Volcanion can't attack the next turn unless you play like a switching card or like Ranger. And to have, that's like one reason, if any of you guys have ever watched our videos, like I've talked about, I don't like Volcanion as a deck. I never have.
Eric loves Volcanion.
It's like, no, it's a solid deck, but I just don't like the concept of your main attacker not being able to attack every turn. That just seems like that just seems so frustrating. Why would you want to build a deck where you're fighting against like how your cards work?
I've never like really played Volcanion because I don't own the cards like to build Volcanion. But I get what you mean because like I'm playing Lapras and like you Blizzard Burn and you're like, all right, I have to have another one on the bench that I can retreat into next turn. Or a Ranger in my hand, or I can't, or I have to, or if like I don't have that, it's like maybe I need to like waste my GX move so that I can take a 2-shot knockout on this thing. It is very frustrating to deal with, like not being able to attack the next turn.
So like I said, I still think Volcanion is a good deck. Like it just won oh god, what was it? Australia's event. So like it's definitely good. It's just I don't enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, Turtonator though, I definitely think this card is good. I think it's like every one of his attacks I think is really good. Again, I just don't know if it's going to be his own deck or if it's going to be just like a tech in Volcanion.
Right.
So
yeah,
we'll just have to see how it goes.
He looks weird.
Yeah, definitely a weird design for a Pokemon.
I haven't seen him in the video game yet either.
So next we have Alolan Sandslash. This is an okay card, I suppose.
We didn't go over Alolan Sandshrew.
Okay, I guess we can.
I just want to know how much HP he had. Oh, he looks like a snow guy.
Yeah, have you not seen Alolan Sandshrew yet?
Well, I also wait. Is he in Moon or Sun or what?
I mean, he's in one of them. I don't.
Because I have Moon.
I think he's a version exclusive in one of them.
Yeah, I know he's a version exclusive. I just can't remember if he's for Sun. I think he's for Moon, so maybe he is the one that I'm supposed to see.
But
I haven't seen him yet. He's got like an igloo head and stuff. Okay, I've never like looked at him before. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but
like an alien, like a snow alien version of.
It does kind of look like an alien right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, as with all of these Alolan Pokemon, all of the basics always have like a free attack. And so we're going to look at the first one, Defense Curl. So it doesn't require any energy. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. So I think that's a good free attack to have on a basic. Because, you're trying to like... you're trying not to get knocked out while you set up. So I think that's a good attack to have.
Yeah.
And so let's look at Alolan Sandslash. This guy looks pretty cool too, I think.
Yeah, he definitely looks cool.
Oops. And my mouse pad is freaking out. Sorry about that, guys.
There you go.
But anyways, okay. So it has the ability Snow Shovel. Once during your turn before you attack, you may draw a card. That's really why we're looking at this. So right now, I don't see any reason to play this over Octillery, but just, I mean, drawing a card seems alright, I guess.
Yeah, you need to draw one. Like, there was Slurpuff in the past, but...
Yeah. So, like, yeah, it's true. So,
man, I miss Toadpuff.
I don't miss Toad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, this guy, he's okay.
Uh-huh. What is this? Smash turn 50, switch him with one of your benched?
That's a bad attack.
Yeah, it's not that good.
So, yeah. Not too much to say. I think the attack is... Oh, did you have something else?
No, I was just going to say, like, yeah, like, the attack's not good. The ability is, like, okay.
Yeah, like as long as Octillery's in the format, I don't see a reason to play the guy.
Yeah, even like Haramberu, like just draw 3.
But if
I mean, you have to have like a lower hand size. Yeah,
so I don't know.
maybe he'll probably see play somewhere.
So next up we have our first Alolan GX. We have yet to get one of these guys, but first I guess we'll talk about the basic. Yeah, and it's actually a pretty relevant attack too. So we got a little Alolan.
Looks kind of different
over there.
I mean, other than the colors, obviously, but like,
yeah,
looks kind of different.
But it's got this attack guidance for no energy. Search your deck for 2 Pokemon, reveal them, put them in your hand.
Yo, that's a better like.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's better than the Sandshrew, I think.
I don't like that they go to your hand. Like I wish it was like a Call for Family thing where they go to your bench because you could evolve on the next turn.
Oh yeah, and then you wouldn't get end out of them and etc.
Yeah, but still, nevertheless, I do think that is a decent free attack to have.
Yeah.
Other attacks, just a generic 2 for 20 type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we do have Ninetales GX, Alolan Ninetales, which looks pretty sweet, I might add. Like,
yeah, that looks pretty cool.
I'm not a big Ninetales guy. I know Ninetales has a following, like, but this card looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So stage 1, 210 hit points, pretty good for a stage 1 GX. First attack, Ice Blade for a DCE that's 50 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. You get the Snipe for a DCE that's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But then its second attack, Blizzard Edge for 2 water and a colorless, does 160, and you discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon. And then its GX move, Clear Gate GX, move all damage counters from this Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, what do you think?
Yeah, like first attack, like that's okay, I guess. Second attack, Blizzard Edge. I'm trying to decide if I'd rather play this or Lapras, basically, because the second attack is so similar. And both of them, you kind of have to like retreat to like, you know, attack the next turn, because I mean, obviously, like Lapras is just not allowed to attack the next turn, and then this one you have to discard 2 energy, so you're gonna have to throw it on your bench and then power it back up again while you swing with another one. So I feel like either way, you're gonna have to like do some sort of like retreat thing or whatever. I mean, I guess you could load it up with like, you know, 5 energy and then swing, and then you can automatically swing again the next turn. But Mega Mewtwo is a thing, so you don't want to do that. So I don't know if this is better than Lapras or not, especially because if you belt Lapras, or I mean, if you belt it, then you get 230 HP instead of 210.
Yep.
Its second attack, Clear Gate GX. That seems good. I mean,
I was gonna say I think this is a more versatile card.
Yeah.
Because you have so many different types of attacks. Like Lapras, I mean, it has its little collect attack, which is okay just to set up. But as far as different defensive or offensive options, you have, or not just offensive, but I guess just in general, this is a much more diverse card. You can heal, you can snipe, you can, you know, do, you know, just a good amount of damage. Whereas Lapras, it's just draw cards or do damage.
Yeah.
So I think this is a little harder to get out because it is a stage 1.
Right.
But I think this has debatably just as much like tanking potential.
Oh yeah.
Because you can like, obviously you still have Rough Seas, but you can move all of the damage counters off of Ninetales, which is really good.
Yeah.
So, especially if you do have to discard some energy and your opponent swings on you. Like let's say you have your 3 energy, you discard 2, you do 160, your opponent swings on you. Next turn you attach an energy for turn, move all that damage off that they do to you, kind of negating that turn that your opponent has.
Yeah.
And then the turn after that, you attach and swing on them again. So
yeah.
It seems like a solid card. When I read this, I'm not like, oh dang, this is going to be like the new thing.
Right.
I will say this too. It is a stage 1, so it can abuse the evolution. So you can do
that's
like
what I was thinking.
You do like 320
to
stuff. So I don't know. It seems like a solid card, I guess.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems good.
And it is worth noting too. You did mention earlier there is Aqua Patch in this set.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. So you'll be able to power it back up.
Yeah,
pretty easily.
We'll talk about that more probably later once we get to the training card. So basically, there's an item card that will allow you to accelerate water energy.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to keep in mind as we're looking at all these water Pokemon. But Lapras. Oh, I'm sorry. This guy only has a 1 retreat as well. So,
oh yeah, that's pretty good. I mean,
and it has Metal Weakness. That's actually, I think, really important.
Yeah, it's not weak to Lurantis or Decidueye, so that's really good.
So that I forgot about that. That alone might make this card better currently.
Yeah. Yeah, grass weakness is kind of bad to have right now.
Yeah, at the time of filming, we'll see how the meta translates. But right now,
Right.
grass weak is not good. But yeah, I like this card.
No, yeah, it
Um,
definitely seems really good.
I dig it. I don't know. I guess you build an entire deck around this guy. Maybe you throw in like a Glaceon or Manaphy or something too. But overall, seems like a solid card.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, we can mention Glalie since it has, you can debatably have some synergy with Victini. We're not going to talk too much about it, but Crunch for 2 water, 40 damage, flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active. So maybe some like troll potential there with Victini and crushing hammers and stuff. And like Flare Grunt. So, again, nothing crazy, but that
Probably rather play like Lycanroc, the promo.
probably so. But
Yeah.
again,
But
I'm just
still,
trying to
yeah,
point out
'cause
stuff
the
that has like
Flipkini,
a
yeah.
decent flip effect.
The artwork kind of looks like his baby is in trouble, and he's like, "What is happening to my whatever my basic form is called?"
This guy always reminds
My
me
snow
of
runt.
this guy reminds me of Frieza from DBZ.
Yeah,
like Frieza's
yeah.
first form.
Yeah,
I always think that when I see this dude.
he's like, yeah, he looks kind of like he either looks like he's terrified or like something is happening
mm-hmm.
to the side of him. Oh no, they're kidnapping my baby snow runt. Let me flip a coin and see if I can get rid of their energy.
Yeah. Uh, so nothing special. But,
Yeah. Ooh, what's Vanillix do?
All right. So let's see. First attack, hail 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, and second attack, 80 for 3 water, which is gross. But you may discard 2 water energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, your opponent's active is paralyzed.
I don't know. I'd rather play Lapras
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad, I think.
if I'm gonna attack for 3 water energy.
And only do 80
Yeah.
on a stage 2.
Yeah.
Nah, card's
No,
trash.
I'm not gonna do that.
Terrible. Terrible. Why would they do this? Like, why would they even make this?
Right.
So let's see. Okay, so yeah, here we actually have another pretty solid card, if I do say so. It's going to be Tapu Koko GX. And it's going to be the first of the Tapus. I think we're getting 3 of them in this set, and I think this is a pretty good one, if I do say so. But anyways, Lightning basic Pokemon, 170 hit points. Ability Arrow Trail. Once your turn, before you attack, you may play this card from your hand on your bench, and if you do, you may move any number of lightning energy attached to your Pokemon to this Pokemon. So it's basically like the Dragonite EX back from Furious Fists.
Mm-hmm.
But its regular attack is 2 lightning and the colors for 130, and Tapu Thunder, its GX move, does 50 damage times the number of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon.
Whoa, that one's pretty crazy. That Tapu Thunder GX.
Yeah, especially like with the surprise potential this card has, because you can like play it down out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Once your opponent has like a ton of energy on their field, you can kind of slap this guy down and just like go to town on him basically.
Right.
But I think this is a really solid card. 3 energy to do 130 with no drawbacks is good. Volcanion does 130 and you can't attack on the next turn,
Yeah.
for example, and that's already a solid deck.
So you just 2-shot a bunch of stuff, I guess, is pretty
Yeah,
good.
no weakness too. I want to point that out.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, none of the Tapus have
man.
weakness.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So there's not going to be like an easy like, you won't be able to just be like, oh, I'm going to play this fighting thing to beat this.
Yeah.
So
Dang, that's actually pretty neat.
yeah, this card is super good, I think.
Whoa.
I don't know like how you build a deck around this guy. Like my initial like knee-jerk like reaction is like, oh, I guess you play this in like Electrode maybe, or maybe just a bunch of Max Elixirs. Like just
Yeah.
Tapu, like kind of like Turbo Darkrai. It would basically be like Turbo Tapu Koko.
Yeah, I like Max Elixir idea. That seems pretty good.
So that seems cool. I mean, I guess you could play like a Jolteon or Raikou or something in there too, but yeah, I again, that's my knee-jerk reaction. Just Tapu Koko, maybe like a Shaman or two, and I guess a Jolteon or Raikou for good measure, I guess,
Yeah.
and call it a day.
Dang, he doesn't have any weakness.
Nope, sure doesn't.
That's wild.
Yep, you don't see that too often.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, what you got any other like weird thoughts about this card or?
Nah, like, Um, Obviously, yeah, he's just like solid, like two-shot bunch of stuff, or like you said, just drop him when your opponent has like a bunch of energy on the board and swing like super hard. I don't know really like what you'd pair him with. Like max elixirs and I like the max elixir. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Electro. I don't like giving my opponent
Yeah.
prizes
No, I feel you.
to attach energy to him. So yeah, like maybe you could run like a trying to think like maybe Raikou. It's basic, so you can just like
Yeah.
play like a Raikou deck and then throw this guy in there or something.
I guess like I don't know if he's like a one of type of thing or
Yeah.
you build the whole deck around him, but like
Right.
I almost kind of like the idea of building the whole deck around him because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can, you know, go aggro Tapu Koko. Then once this one gets damaged, you can slap down another
Yeah.
and
Take the
power up the
energy.
new one and then max potion off like the old one once you siphon all the energy off of it.
Spicy.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
like I don't know. That kind of seems like
Dang.
what I want to do with this card.
His artwork looks pretty cool.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
that a shield or what? I've never really looked at him.
What?
I'm not that far.
Yeah.
Like I've seen, like I saw that.
Bro, he's in like the
in the
beginning
beginning,
of the game.
like he saves, but he's going so fast. He like moves all over the place, so I don't really get to see
yeah.
him too much.
Well, all of the Tapus they have like a shell thing that
Okay.
they can like kind of retreat into.
Okay. So he's
But,
like,
yeah.
is that a shell then, like on his arm?
Yeah.
Okay, so he can get inside that.
Yeah, basically.
Can he use it while he fights, like as a?
I mean, probably as a shield.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Can he use his shield as a shield? Probably.
Well, I didn't know if he could only hide in it or something.
Oh, I mean, I don't know,
Yeah, he's got like a crazy mohawk,
but
kind of like a lightning rooster.
basically, kind of. But yeah, I think this card is good though, for sure. Definitely beats Mega Rayquaza.
Yeah.
Beats Yveltal.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, man. Seems good.
Seems pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited for him.
Alrighty, so next up, let's see. Believe these cards were kind of bad.
Ooh,
I
him.
guess we can talk about the Machamp line.
Machoke.
Yeah, I was about to say Machoke.
Yeah, I saw him. Or like I've seen him before.
But yeah, he has the ability Intimidating Stance, prevent all damage, and the placement of damage counters from your opponent's attacks and abilities to your benched Pokemon.
That seems cool.
So, if you guys aren't familiar with this card called Decidueye GX, it may or may not be kind of good.
Yeah.
And Machoke definitely does block that. But I'm thinking, am I really going to run a 1-1 Machoke line to beat Decidueye?
Maxi.
In Standard? Without Battle Compressor? Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I just... Like,
It
that's a
could
good
be-
that's a good ability. Like, if you're playing a Machamp deck, like,
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely no reason not to play this Machoke.
Yeah.
But,
It could be neat in like bees or something,
yeah, that's true.
where you just like kind of throw in extra Pokemon that do weird stuff just because you need more Pokemon to discard.
Ooh, beats Greninja, too. Well, I mean, right now, everything beats Greninja because grass is so popular.
Yeah.
But that is another consideration too.
Mm-hmm.
Is if your deck struggles against Greninja, yeah,
Or like Decidueye, and not like you said. Yeah. Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I guess like in expanded, or well, no, even in standard, yeah, it's Trevenant Break. I mean, not that anyone really plays Trevenant Break in standard, but
yeah. Well,
Like-
well, you say that, but there is a new
Ooh.
Trevenant in this set,
Yeah.
so we'll
True
see.
that.
But yeah, it's a good ability. It also has a 3 retreat cost, so I'm just not sold on putting a 1-1 or 2-2 line of this guy in your deck.
ew, yeah, it does have a 3 retreat cost.
Yeah, it's got some stuff going for it, but also some stuff not really going for it.
Right.
So we'll see. But so we may as well talk about Machamp, and I'm really bummed because I don't like this card.
Oh.
160 hit points though is really good for a 1 prize
Yeah.
attacker stage 2. But first attack, 2 fighting energy, settling score 20. Plus 80 more for each prize card your opponent took during their last turn. So, like, that seems bad because it's like, oh, if your opponent took 2 prizes, that means you do 180. Well, the problem is if you're playing a Machamp deck, they're only going to be taking 1 prize. So you're only going to be doing
Yeah.
100 if your opponent is knocking out your stuff.
Right.
I don't like the damage being contingent on, like, how badly you're losing.
Yeah, no, I agree. You could let them knock something out with like Articuno, and then they take 3 prizes. And
Oh god.
no, I don't like that. It seems bad.
Yeah, its other attack, 3 fighting for 150, and it does 30 to itself. Just really underwhelming. If you're gonna play Machamp, like I definitely think the one Evolutions is a lot better. But
Yeah.
so sorry, Machamp. Kind of bums me out. I'm sure
Yeah.
John's bummed because he loves Machamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be bummed.
Oh yeah, we should have got him on this set review too.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that. Sorry, John.
Dang.
Well,
I didn't think
in our defense, me and Marcus like actually live near each other. John lives in like a different city, 2
Yeah.
hours away, so it's hard for us to all to get together to record these sometimes. But yeah. So sorry, John. Machamp's not coming through for you this time.
Sorry about that, man.
Okay, so next,
Nose Pass doesn't do anything cool.
nah, trash.
What about Probopass?
Uh,
Oh no, he doesn't look good either.
Nah, bad. Let's see. Okay, this is an interesting
What is
card.
this?
You haven't seen this guy?
Is this a wreath?
Yeah, this is a real Pokemon, Marcus.
It's like
It's like Klefki. Flower Klefki, basically.
that's weird. Is it a wreath or is it a necklace or is it a lei? Kind of how
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think
kind
it's
of like
supposed to be a
Hawaiian
lei.
themed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, this guy Comfy. I guess that's its name.
Comfy.
Yeah, ability Flower Shield. As long as this Pokemon is in play, each of your Pokemon with Fairy Energy can't be affected by special conditions, and you remove all special conditions already on those Pokemon.
So, I don't know if I'd ever play it.
I mean, it's like the old Slurpluff
Yeah.
from XY, but this one's better because it's a basic.
Oh, okay.
And well, actually, that one's a little different because it only prevents conditions to Fairy Pokemon. This prevents it to any Pokemon with Fairy Energy.
Okay.
So,
Could be versatile and stuff, yeah.
for sure.
Doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, I mean, right now status conditions aren't really a thing, so I think this ability is really only as good as the status conditions that are in play. But this would be good, especially if your Pokemon, if you already play a deck that like runs Rainbow or Double Dragon Energy, those Pokemon can also abuse this.
Be pretty good in against if you're playing against Victory Bell.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, it's an okay card. I think it's one of those cards you just keep in the back of your mind as the metagame develops. It could
Right.
This ability would be very good in a very stats heavy meta, but right now that is just not the case. So next up we have Drampa. So it's a dragon type Pokemon, but unlike the other dragon Pokemon so far, this one's like the polar opposite. Instead of requiring all sorts of weird energies, this one only requires colorless energies.
Guess that's helpful.
Oh, definitely. But 120 hit points on a basic is already good. First attack, a mass for a colorless. Search your deck for a basic energy, attach it to this Pokemon. And the next attack, Power Cyclone, for 3 colorless, does 80, and movement energy, attach this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So it's kind of like the old Tornadus back from Emerging Powers, which saw some play. But that was also a format where the most hit points at the time was like 180 or 170.
Yeah.
So I like the effect of the first attack and even the second attack. I just don't like the damage of the second attack.
It's so weird that I'm like, I don't know, it used to be that way, and now it's like stuff has 250, and it's like not just Wailord.
Yeah.
So much HP and things now.
Yep, sure is.
So, dang, yeah, this thing's not that great.
Yeah, it's
Just because of the damage output, like the effects are good, or whatever. Like
if this was like 110 or 120, or even just 100, I think that would be more workable because you could belt it. I mean, you can still belt it, but like
Swing
the
for
math
90.
doesn't really work out good for this card right now.
Yeah.
So next up, I gotta say I'm let down because I love Komo-o in the game. It's like one of the coolest new Pokemon, but they let me down with this card.
Oh, I remember this guy. I played the demo, and you have to take a picture of him or something.
I forget.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. I think you have to, and then you get, then at the end of it, you get to have your Ash Greninja or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, that seems cool. What does he do though?
Well, first we'll look at Jangmo-O, which is
Jangmo-O.
he's got a cool ability. Reduces damage to him by 10, so effectively has 70 hit points, which is okay for a basic. That's a decent little ability.
Yeah.
The attack, nothing too special. Same thing for Hakomo-O, but we're mainly looking at for Como-O GX. Like I said, I was amped for this card, but I am not feeling this. You might disagree, Marcus. Maybe you'll convince me. But 240 hit points, definitely good for stage 2.
Yeah.
2 retreat, which isn't bad either. But the attacks, first attack is Animantine Press for 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks, which really isn't that bad on its own. Next attack, Shreds, kind of a attack you see a lot on these dragons. For a lightning fighting in 2 colorways, you do 130, and it's not affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. And then its GX move for the same attack cost is 240. So,
Okay.
okay, well, I'll tell you what I don't like it, and then feel free to disagree. Okay, my first gripe is I'm thinking, okay, Double Dragon Energy is getting rotated, this coming summer.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that means they're going to reprint Double Dragon Energy in this set. No, they do not. Maybe in the next set, but like as of right now, it looks like this card will only have a very limited window of play currently, unless of course they decide to reprint it. But the attack costs, I think, are what are really killing me, because without Double Dragon Energy, this card is like impossible to effectively power up.
Yeah.
But even with it in play, I'm still like 4 energy to do 130 doesn't seem that good. Like Tapu Koko is a basic and it does 130 for 3 lightning.
Yeah.
Like that are all the same type.
And you get to like just pull all the energy off of other Pokemon if you want.
Yeah, like, so I look at something like that and then I look at this and I'm like,
yeah.
Shouldn't y'all like reverse the effects? Like shouldn't the basic be harder to power up than the dude you have to evolve into?
Right.
So I think if the attack cost was 1 less, I would actually probably enjoy this card.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I think it's just like not quite there.
Right. No, I agree. Like I don't yeah. Like if I'm gonna attach a Double Dragon and a Double Colorless, I'm gonna pick Giratina instead of this.
Yeah, because Giratina at least like is immune from a lot of popular Pokemon, and it has a very disruptive ability.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there are upsides to this. You do go through things like Glaceon with its Shred attack.
Yeah.
Also, Stardust Jirachi doesn't really affect this thing because of that.
But then you could also play Hydreigon and get your Giratinas for your treat.
You can also play Hydreigon with this guy too.
Well, yeah, but Hydreigon can shred.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The first attack isn't bad though. It buffs him to 270. Like that is a little impressive. I will admit.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I don't know. Its GX move, I'll say it's good. It's 240. That knocks out almost everything other than Wailord, Incineroar, Solgaleo. Actually, there's a couple Pokemon it doesn't knock out. But right now, as far as what's popular, it does knock out everything. So it does have that going for it. But again, I just think the attack cost is barely too much.
Yeah.
So that's my gripe with this guy. Maybe down the road this will be more playable, but I just think it's like so close but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so let's see. Trying to remember.
Does Blissey not do anything cool?
No, it's trash. Yeah.
What is this guy? Kamala?
You haven't seen this guy?
Nah. Whoa.
He's not that good. But
he's a koala.
Oh, well, yeah, I get that, but
I haven't seen him. That's really cool.
That's what happens when you don't beat the game, man.
I need to go home and beat this game soon.
He doesn't evolve though, which is weird.
That's really sad. I won't use him in the video game. I only want to use Pokemon that evolve in the video game.
Yeah.
It's so boring to just pick up a basic and this is what I'm gonna look like forever.
Basically. But yeah, he's not that good. So we're getting into the trainers of the first half of Japan's set.
I like how he only looked at his art.
Yep.
We can continue if you
Yep.
want. I don't care.
So let's talk about Choice Band real quick before we forget again. So Choice Band, like we said, it's probably going to be included in the set. At the time of filming, it's not confirmed, but it was announced in Japan like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
I heard about that card like way before I heard about any of this stuff. So.
Yeah, so it'd be really weird if they withheld it from the set, given how long ago it was revealed or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's an item, I'm sorry, a tool card, which, yeah, I guess it's technically an item.
Mm-hmm.
But you attach it to one of your Pokemon, and it does 30 more damage to EXs and GXs. I want to say that is just, like, stupid. Like, Silver Bangle before, like, if you guys played back during the Plasma sets, it, had a very similar effect, but you could only attach the tool to non-EXs. And I thought that was a really good balancing of that card. So that's one thing I was really hoping with Choice Band. It's like, okay, you can only attach it to two prize attackers, basically. But that is not the case. So we might see more power creep because of that. But the good thing about it does help certain Pokemon more easily knock out others. First of all, I think Vespiquen benefits from it. Just because Vespiquen a lot of times like struggles to barely knock out some of these new, big HP GXs.
Yeah.
I think Greninja benefits from it. It can just immediately knock out Shamans for 1 energy because it boosts Moonlight Slash up to 110. There's just so many different things. Yveltal, I'm sure, will love this. It'll just be a card that's going to be in so many different decks. Like definitely expect to see it get played. I'd bet money that will be a very like format defining card when it comes out.
Right.
But yeah, good card is good.
Yeah.
So next up we have the first card of Japan set though. It's Energy Lotto. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If there are any energy cards, you may choose one, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck.
Just play Max Elixir, I think.
Well,
I guess
the argument you can make for this, it can grab things like DDEs and DCEs. You can grab special energies with this.
Okay.
So there's like, and I can actually see where this is useful in a deck like Vespiquen, for example. Like you only run 4 DCEs, and a lot of times you'll have to like dig just to get a DCE. Sometimes instead of having to Sycamore your hand away or something, it's nice to be able to just like grab a DCE out of your deck and then keep on trucking.
Okay, no, I like this now, yeah.
Like, I forget if you saw the Dragonite deck that I covered. I'll put a link to it if you guys want to check it out as well. But I ran Misty's Determination in it because I only ran 4 Double Dragon energies. But instead of having to Sycamore every single turn to constantly hit that 1 Double Dragon energy to attack, I had a Misty's Determination to be able to just kind of look at the top next several cards and grab my energy that way instead of having to discard your whole hand.
Yeah.
So I feel like this might have a place in decks like that, but overall I think it's kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you want basic energies, just play either Professor's Letter, which grabs you 2 automatically. You don't even have to look at the top 7 cards.
Right.
Or just play Max Elixir, which will let you attach an energy there.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I was playing Tauros, Giratina, Garbodor Hammers at my like local place or whatever, like a week or 2 ago or whatever. I could see it helping that too. I mean, like, because I don't know, there were so many turns where I'm just like whiffing energy, like turn 2 turns in a row. Maybe my deck was bricking on me or something, but I don't know. But yeah, no, I could see it. I could see it for sure in the decks that run like special energy only type of stuff like that. Or especially in the ones that only run like 4 DCE and that's it. So,
yeah. So especially sometimes, like you're saying, you might even Sycamore trying to hit like your DCE and whiff it. But then if you have an Energy Lotto, you can dig 7 cards deeper from that and still potentially hit it. So I think in like the Tauros type of deck or Vespiquen, I might run this as a one-of potentially.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But other than that, I think its uses are very limited though. Next up, we have the most overdue card this format has needed for several sets, ever since rotation. That's going to be Windstorm, basically. It's a Windstorm reprint, but they're calling it Field Blower now.
Uh-huh.
And so choose up to 2 of any Pokemon tool cards and stadium cards in play, both yours and your opponent's, and discard them. So Garbodor has gone totally unchecked in standard format ever since rotation. There's not been a reliable way to get rid of tool cards, other than, I mean, the only real way you can play things like Beedrill EX or maybe Minccino, I think it is.
Or Rattata.
Yeah, but like, well, you can't get rid of a tool off Garbodor with Rattata.
Oh yeah, no, you can't do that.
So, yeah, this game has just needed a form of tool removal for so long, and I just absolutely love this card and like the balance I think it'll bring to this game.
I'm so excited for this. You don't even understand.
And I think some decks too, like there's some decks out there that don't really need a stadium card, but sometimes they play, like they might just say, well, I guess I'll play Silent Lab or Parallel City, I
Just
guess.
to bump the other person's stadium.
Yeah, so I think it eliminates the need for like kind of, not pointless, but like, the need to play a stadium that might not be super synergistic with your deck just to be a counter stadium.
Yeah.
So I think this will be, I think a great example of actually for both uses is Solgaleo Lurantis. We did a deck profile on that too if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, that deck, it struggles against ability lock since it's extremely ability reliant, and it also doesn't really run a stadium. There's not a stadium card that really benefits it currently.
Yeah.
So this would be a great card for that because you won't have to run like a kind of bad stadium, and you can help deal with Garbodor. So that's a good example of a deck that will very clearly benefit. I think Greninja possibly, but also Greninja is in kind of a bad spot right now because of how grass heavy the meta is.
Right.
But who knows, that might change after the set. We'll have to just see. But yeah, you can remove Fighting Fury Belts, Float Stones. I could definitely see Decidueye playing this, like Lysandering up a Hoopa, using Field Blower to get rid of its Float Stone,
Yeah.
and then just spreading around it the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, are there any like particular uses for this card that you're really, really amped on?
Main thing I'm amped on is getting rid of Garbodor's Float Stone.
Yeah, that really is the big one.
I mean, I guess like if your opponent like put down a Spirit Link and then they didn't Mega Evolve that turn or something, you can take it off, and then they'll have to waste their turn evolving. Stuff like that. It'll be cute to do the whole like they have 220 HP and then you swung on them for like 180 and you took their belt off or whatever, or like I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then they,
Field
like,
Blower for knockout.
yeah. So that kind of stuff will be cool too. But obviously, the main thing that I'm sure most people are hype about is you get to take Garbodor's Floatstone off.
Play Garb while you can.
Yeah.
But don't worry though. There's actually a new Garbodor in this set.
Uh-oh.
That I think is actually pretty darn solid. But we'll get to that.
I haven't seen him.
Oh, he's good. Don't you worry. But yeah, Field Blower, super awesome card. Happy to see it. So next up we have the only supporter in this half of Japan's set. It's gonna be Hala. Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so supporter card, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 4 cards. That sounds bad, but if you've already used a GX attack this game, draw 7 cards instead. So I actually really like this card personally because we need alternate forms of shuffle draw. Like, because N is actually really meant to be a disruption card, but our shuffle draw options are so bad right now that we are having to use a disruption card as a form of shuffle draw.
Yeah.
So I think Hala is a nice, like a 1 of or 2 of you could maybe play in certain decks. And so the ones I'm personally thinking of are going to be Solgaleo.
For sure.
And there's also a Drampa GX that we're also going to cover as well. Basically, this is good in decks where you use your GX move in the first turn or 2 of the game. That's the main thing. That way you can really abuse this card and,
draw 7.
Yeah. So I definitely like this card. It's not going to be your main draw supporter. You're not going to play 4 of this guy probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think, but
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, I definitely do like this card. I I always think we've needed better shuffle draw options. And I think this will be a nice one of or two of in certain decks. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you see yourself playing this card, Marcus?
Definitely with Solgaleo for sure. Yeah, no, I think this will see play. Like it'll definitely be a two of, and you know, like you said, decks that you want to get your GX move, you know, used in the first couple turns or whatever. So yeah, no, I'm super excited for this. I've really, really, really wanted shuffle draw that's decent. That isn't N.
Yeah.
And like Shauna's like not the best.
It's not
I'd rather
terrible,
play.
but
Yeah, it's not terrible, but I'd rather risk it for the biscuit and play Birch. No, yeah, I'd rather play Birch than Shauna and stuff. And even then, like I don't want to play Birch because you could get 4.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm not trying to red card myself.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited for this guy for sure.
Definitely so.
Seems good.
And that's what I've noticed too. Like these trainers that we're talking about, well, other than Choice Band, maybe these are all like good cards, but they'd be like one ofs in decks. Which actually makes it easier on people's wallets too. They don't have to buy 4 of a lot of these cards. But here next up we have our first Sun and Moon Stadium so far. Since we didn't have any in the first Sun and Moon set, that's going to be Aether Paradise Conservation Area. So
that's a very long name.
Definitely is. But each player's Grass and Lightning Pokemon takes 30 less damage from opponent's attacks.
Ooh, you could play this with the Gilocillipod thing that we saw earlier.
God,
with its armor ability.
So we're gonna play this. We're gonna play Assault Vest.
Yeah.
So what that bumps him up to like effectively 230 hit points.
There you go.
Oh my god, that's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, it bumps. Helps your Decidueye's tank even more. Your Lurantis's, especially once Force of Giant Plants rotates.
Yeah.
This could be the replacement stadium potentially in
For
those types of decks.
No, I agree.
Especially in Lurantis too, because like Lurantis, you don't need out on turn 1. Like Decidueye, you really want to get out as soon as possible. But Lurantis, you can, I think, debatably even right now play a version that doesn't run Forest because like its main attack needs multiple energy to really go off anyways. So like this plus Lurantis's tanky second attack,
right?
I could see that being a thing.
Yeah, no, that seems good, really, for sure. And then like lightning types like Raikou, its ability reduces damage. This could reduce damage. You can also throw an Assault Vest on it, reduce even more damage.
Or Fighting Fury Belt.
Yeah, Fighting Fury Belt, give it more HP. So yeah,
seems cool. Tapu Koko.
Yeah,
that's the first thing I'm thinking though.
Yeah,
since like I don't know what stadium you'd really play in the Tapu deck otherwise. So like
if you're if you're trying to play a lightning deck in like a meta where you like your local meta or something likes to play water and you don't want to also help them, then you could play this, I guess, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, something. I'm just trying to think of like different reasons to play this stadium. So. No, I like it. Its name is extremely long.
You could play it in Vespiquen's Obstrika.
Yeah.
Like, because Vespiquen's one of those decks, too, that's never really needed, like... Yeah, you can play Forest, but I don't think it's ever had, like, a definitive stadium outside of, like, Vespiquen Vileplume. Obviously ran Forest, but, like, standard Vespiquen decks don't really have, like, a Forest they really, really typically, like, cling to.
Right.
So, I like this card, though.
Yeah.
I dig it. So, next up we have... all the full arts. I mean, we may as well take a look at them.
Yeah.
So, Turtonator. It's hard to really get the effect of these cards because you can't see the texture of them.
He looks kind of gross, though.
Yeah. He's kind of a lame-looking Pokemon, I think.
Yeah. I don't like him.
Ninetales. I bet this card's going to be expensive. Not even because it's good, but just because it's Ninetales.
Yeah. And it looks sick, too.
So, I dig it. I'd play with this full art.
Yeah, for sure. It looks cool.
We got Tapu Koko.
Oh, yeah, there's his shield thingy.
Mm-hmm. So I think he looks cool, I guess. Again, considering we can't see the texture.
Yeah.
Okay, we got my boy Komo-o looking alright, I suppose.
Yeah.
He looks equally as good as his card is.
He looks like he'd be gigantic.
Yeah,
Is he big in the game?
I'm not sure, man. I haven't checked his like height and weight and all that stuff.
Oh, man.
Let's see. We got our boy Hala over here. It looks
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, that does look cool.
I'll play with this.
Bunch of fire behind him and stuff.
Next up we have the Rainbow Rares, which, I mean, honestly, we probably shouldn't look at these because they all look the same. They have the same effect on them. So
Yeah.
so we'll skip over these guys. But we do got some secret rares.
Ooh.
I'm excited for this. We got secret rare full art leaf blower.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm happy to get a secret rare of that card.
Not only will you take Garbodor's tool off, but you will do it in style.
Oh yeah. And we have Max Potion, since
Yes.
Max Potion is going to get a reprint in the set. So happy to see this card.
Yeah.
And then I think this card looks dope. The secret rare Lightning Energy.
Oh my goodness.
It's just it's so yellow.
It's like there's gold. Yeah. It fits. It fits really well.
It looks so ridiculous.
Eric, do you have a playset of all of the secret rare energies that are already out?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Ew, how many
Like
do you
props
have?
props to whoever. Actually, I'm gonna say this. If anyone out there completes a playset, maybe we could do a contest for this. I want to give something away to anyone out there who has a full playset of psychics and metals.
How many counts as a
I'll
playset?
say 12.
12?
Anyone out there has that? Please post a pic or something.
Because that's cool.
I'll find something to hook you up with. Like I want to I want to show some respect.
Yeah. Eric, I can't believe you don't have it.
Man, one day.
I'm so stoked all these secret rares keep coming out because
Yeah, I'm that guy. I have to play.
yeah. See,
I have to lose in style.
I just play like the lowest rarity of everything or whatever. But Eric, I want to see screenshots of your bank account before and after the set.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get some of it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the first half of the set, guys. But there is still another half that we're going to get to as well. All right, guys. So the next half of the set is called Moonlight of Alola, or in Japan at least. So first of all, we have Trevenant, which the first grass non-EX Trevenant that we've had so far. That's kind of cool. So 120 hit points, which is solid, I suppose. Better than the other Trevenant that's out. But has the attack Poltergeist, which is really the whole reason we're looking at this. DCE does 30 times the number of trainer cards in your opponent's hand, and they do reveal their hand to you. So I think there's obvious synergy with the Vileplume. That's the big thing. You get out Vileplume so that you item lock your opponent, then you make your opponent reveal their hand, and you do damage times the number of trainer cards.
Yeah.
I think that's like blatantly obvious, the combo that they're going for here.
Right.
So
Seems good. Seems very self-explanatory. Yeah. Just item lock them and then.
And I do think what's nice too is that the attack isn't just for items.
Yeah.
It's for any trainer cards. That means supporters in stadiums as well.
Yeah.
So it seems good. I mean, but really, if like once it gets towards the end of the game though, and your opponent maybe only has like a 2-card hand, or maybe they end themselves down to a low hand size, like what do you do to win? That's what I'm worried about in this deck.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, to have like another attacker also, I guess, something.
Yeah, maybe like a Tauros or something, like just like an easily, DCE splashable card you could throw in here.
Right.
Or maybe even Golisopod, since we did mention that guy earlier too.
Oh yeah.
But it is worth noting too, you can also play the Trevenant Break from Breakthrough on this and make it a Psychic type.
Mm-hmm.
So you could hit Mega Mewtwo's for weakness, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that'd be neat.
Espeon GX as well. So I think this is a solid card.
Yeah.
Again, my main concern is how this will do in the late game, or just basically anytime your opponent has like a low hand size.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a good combo with Vileplume.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems good. It's really cool. Yeah, that you can break and then turn psychic and then swing on Mewtwo's and stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like you'd still use this attack. Like I don't think you'd run psychic energy to use the other one.
No, I agree.
But
HP buff and type change.
So yeah.
Phantump is grass too, so you can
Forest of Giant
Forest
Plants.
of Giant Plants and expanded to the item lock guy.
And I've seen people talk about that, but like honestly, like isn't Dimension Valley still just better?
I think so.
But it's cute that you have that option.
Yeah.
I feel like in this version you would play the Grass Phantom just because you play Forest of Giant Plants to get out Vileplume anyways.
Yeah.
So you may as well play this Phantom, but the old one is still good too, even if you did decide to play with that.
Right.
But yeah, I like this card. It's pretty good. We'll have to see what comes of it, but I like it. Okay, so next up we got Chandelure, and I don't know if any of y'all know, but Chandelure is one of my favorite black and white Pokemon. I played the living crap out of Chandelure Vileplume when that was a thing. I even tried to make Chandelure Darkrai EX a thing at one point. So I just love Chandelure as a Pokemon, so I'm stoked to see we have a new one. And I forget if it's good, so we're going to take a look at it. And it's Fire type for a change. We haven't had a Fire Chandelure in a while, I think. And my mouse is acting up. Okay, it's not letting me like deselect this card.
There you go.
Like I want to move it out of the way, but okay, there we go.
Cool.
So it has the ability Shady Move. Once during your turn for attack, you may move one damage counter from either player's Pokemon to another Pokemon on either side of the field. So that does mean you can move stuff off your side onto your opponent's, which is kind of cool. And it also has the attack Super Singe, 50 damage for a fire, and your opponent's active is now burned, so they effectively take 70 for one. Like when I read this, I'm not blown away, but I kind of like it. I like the idea of being able to move your own damage counters off of your Chandelures onto your opponent.
No, this thing's trash. Like it's like one, and you gotta get 3 set up to move 3. Like,
yeah, seems good.
No, I don't think it's good.
This is gonna be like, okay, I don't know if any of you guys saw our first Sun and Moon set review, but this like feels like the Dragonite of this set. Like I saw Dragonite, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this a thing. Like I was like, this card's probably not good, but I want to like it so bad. That's how I feel about this. But I might like this better than Dragonite though. Okay, hold on. Let me try to sell you, Marcus, and you guys can let us know in the comments below if I'm totally wrong, which I probably am. But okay, here's the deck. You play your 4-2-4 Chandelure line, obviously, and so that way you can move as many damage counters as possible.
Yeah.
But then you also got your max potions, bruh, because he's only a 1 energy attacker, so you're swinging essentially for 70, and the max potion off that bad boy every turn. Pretty low maintenance attacker right
70,
there.
70 though?
Yeah. Well, they burn though, so.
No, I'm not sold. I don't know. I just don't. I mean, it's cool, but like, I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, it's. Again, if there was like a card that amplified burn damage a lot, maybe there is one that I can't think of. I don't think there is one in standard, but that might make it more appealing. But
it doesn't even one-shot Victory Bell.
I mean, yeah, you might be right.
and Victory Bell is weak to this thing.
Oh, but come on, you gotta at least give it credit. It's fire type. That's at least good.
No, I like that it's a fire type.
You're swinging on Lurantis and Decidueye for 100.
Yeah,
that's before factoring in the burn. So come on, you two-shot 2 of the most popular Pokemon right now.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, hey,
I guess he two-shot some of these popular Pokemon.
There you go. He's starting to come around, guys.
Yeah, but that's like with the burn. The burn helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if it was just 50, then you're not even two-shotting like a Lurantis. So
maybe you could play what's that card? Aqua's Secret Base or something to make it to where it's hard for them to retreat. Yeah, so they can't retreat out of burn. I don't know. I'm trying, guys.
Yeah.
I said this in the Sun and Moon set review. I'm gonna say it in our Guardians Rising set review here. I'm gonna try to make this a thing. It's probably not gonna be a thing, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
But that Chandelure and its other attacks really aren't too relevant, unfortunately, on the basics. Okay, so here we go. Salazzle. I remember kind of digging this card.
Who the heck is this guy?
You haven't seen him yet either?
No.
Actually, technically this is female. All of them are female.
Slazzle? Oh, they're all. How do you even make one then? If you want to make an egg, you just give it a ditto.
What do you mean?
Like if you want to breed it.
Well, I mean there are male Salazzles, but or Salandits or whatever, but only the females evolve.
What? So
Yeah.
wait, I don't get it.
Yeah, its basic form comes in a male and female version,
Okay.
but only the female ones can evolve.
That's dumb.
Oh yeah, because especially in the game, like I needed a fire type because there's like barely any new fire Pokemon. So like I'll get this guy. Its evolved form looks kind of cool. So I have this like male Salandit, and I'm just like grinding, just letting him get dumpstered by the Elite Four over and over. And I'm just like, man, this guy's getting strong, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, when's he gonna evolve? And I had him up to like level 30 or 40, and I was like, bro, are you kidding? He doesn't evolve. So,
I'd be pissed.
yeah,
I mean, I guess if you get the girl one, then you're fine.
But yeah, so this guy, this gal, 110 hit points. We're really just looking at for the ability Hot Poison. Once during your turn before you attack, when you evolve into Salazzle, your opponent's active is poisoned and burned, so they effectively will take 30 no matter what.
Yeah.
Kind of a neat ability, I think.
No, it seems neat. If you're even going to use it.
I feel like it's cool if you played this and expanded. You could play Verbank, and you could play Volcarona.
Yeah.
So Volcarona will increase their burn damage to 4 damage counters, and the poison to 3.
Huh.
So they'll take 70 between every turn. So
Okay.
it's kind of cute. It's like gimmicky.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this will be a thing or not, but if there's a card maybe in Standard that will do like more damage based on how many status conditions they have, this could be a cool card.
Yeah.
Kind of like the old Ninetales Amoonguss deck people used to try to do.
Right. Yeah.
So I forget if there is anything like that currently in Standard, but that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, so I just want to mention that. For that, so we have Tentacruel, which is terrible. There is a new Wailord. It's pretty bad, but we'll take a look at it.
Look at it.
It's a stage 1 with 200
Look at
hit
him.
points.
He's jumping out of the water. I have to get that. Oh man.
Ooh, you play this with Fliptini.
Oh wait, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Water, colorless, dive 40, flip a coin if heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon. Whoa.
3 for 40.
Yeah, but you can prevent anything from being done to him.
This card is so terrible.
Briny Depths. 80. Each of your water Pokemon is healed by 30.
4 for 80. Like,
You play Rough Seas and you're healing. Okay, this is my Dragonite of last set.
No, this is never going to be a card, Marcus.
Eric, you play Rough Seas.
Dragonite does 130 for 1 attachment. Wailord does 40 for 3. No, Wailord's trash.
Well, Aqua Patch. Aqua Patch.
No, man.
Dude,
Chandelure is better than this guy.
No, this guy one-shots Chandelure.
Yeah, for 4 energy.
Yeah.
Chandelure's beaten Wailord before it even attacks.
No. I don't know. He's got 200 HP for a stage 1.
That is impressive. That's about it.
He can abuse evolutions.
He can do 80 for 3, thank God.
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
He can do 160 for 4. If he's hitting weakness and you're like playing against like fire, like grass stuff, and you become Flareon.
I guess, man.
Dude,
this card,
know.
Marcus, I can't explain how bad this card is.
Fliptini
Evolutions Rough Seas.
Yes.
That's the deck.
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be so good.
I want you to do a deck profile on this thing, and I want you to record a game of you playing with this on PTCGO and winning.
And winning. I'll try.
You have to win.
I'm gonna try. 'Cause I'm gonna do it for Wailord.
So that's Wailord, guys.
That's cool. I need to get like. Is it gonna be a holo? It's not even a holo.
Yeah, it'll probably be a regular rare in our set, more than likely.
Sucks.
Yeah.
We got another Wishy-Washy?
Yeah, and it's actually kind of good. And I'll mention Alomomola.
Why?
Its first attack is interesting. Carry ashore, choose 1 basic from either Pokemon or either player's discard and put it onto their bench. So it's kind of like target whistle for both players, or for either player, I should say. So it's kind of trolly.
I guess.
I'm not saying it's great. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah.
And okay, so we have Wishy Washy, and this is actually a pretty good card, I think. Well, actually, it might not be. Well, let's see. So once during your turn, before you attack, you may switch this Pokemon with a Wishy Washy GX in your hand. So there is a Wishy Washy GX, which we'll get to in a second, and its attack just does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. But my question is, why even play this card?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like, the ability is good because this card is so bad, it lets you get out a good Pokemon instead. But why would you...
Why would you even put it in the deck?
Yeah, we're
initially.
We're not even going to do... We are literally going to be wasting precious seconds of our lives, Marcus.
Yeah.
Talking about this card.
Yeah.
So we should just move on, I think.
Let's move on.
Literally, it is killing us by talking about it.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we have Wishy Washy GX, and I don't remember if this card is good or not. So let's see. Well, first of all, 210 hit points on a basic is really good.
Yeah.
That's super good, actually.
That's a lot.
Like, even Umbreon GX, for example, only has 200 hit points, and that's a stage 1.
It evolved.
Yeah. Wishy Washy GX is a tank.
Gigantic.
So first,
and you can Fury Belt it.
Yes, you can. It's like it's a Wailord that can debatably attack. But let's see.
It doesn't have 250 though.
Well, after a Fury Belt, it's basically Wailord.
Yeah, I guess.
But anyway, so it has the attack Water Gun for 20 damage. Meh. But second attack, let's see, for 3 water and a DCE. So that's a lot of energy. 5 energy, 120. And you discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active. And then its GX move 3 water and a DCE. Blue Surge GX 220. And move all energy attached to this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like.
I'd rather just play Primarina GX.
Primarina GX at least discards any energy.
Yeah, for one less attachment.
Like, that card's debatably bad, like, because it takes 4 energy.
Yeah, no, this thing sucks. Like, if I'm gonna try and, like, tank or whatever, like...
Primarina, I'd rather play Primarina, because it has 200... Yeah, you have to evolve, it has 250 hit points.
Yeah, and its attacks are better, so... I'm going to play Primarina GX instead of this thing. I don't care if I have to evolve to do it.
Yeah, or I'll play Ninetales or Laugh. Literally anything else.
Yeah.
It is better than the regular Wishy Washy that's in this set.
That's the only thing it's got going for it.
That is it.
I would debatably... I'd probably try and make another deck with the Wishy Washy from the last set before.
Dude, that card's decent, man.
It's people have been doing a thing where they, like... retreat into it and then pick it up to put Lapras active again and stuff. That's the only thing I know of.
Yeah, that seems good.
I guess.
That's more playable than this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Wishy Washy. Unfortunately...
Wait, does Alolan Geodude have hair?
Yeah.
What?
Have you not seen...
No, look at him.
Well, have you not seen Alolan Golem? He has, like, a beard and stuff and a mustache.
What? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Why does he have all that?
I don't know, because they're running out of ideas. That's why.
Oh, man. That's cool. He's a lightning type?
Yeah. Card's bad, though.
Oh.
Straight bad.
What about Alolan Graveler? Let me look at that.
Okay. We'll
Look
look
at
at
the art.
Yeah. He looks kind of cool there.
Yeah. He's got nice eyebrows. He's got some electricity, like, swarming around all over him and stuff. Look at this guy.
Yeah, and that's the Geodude. Looks basically just like Geodude with Adam Carolla eyebrows.
Yeah.
Basically.
Couple sprigs on his head.
Mm.
Wait, he's got a colorless attack.
All of them have a free attack.
What is it? Rock Polish. During your next turn, this attack costs... Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, but okay, so we do have a good card up next, though.
Cool.
So first off, we have a new Trubbish, so it's worth talking about just because Garbodor is a thing. So for a Psychic, you can discard the top card of your opponent's deck. What do you think? Do you think this is better than the Acid Spray one?
I don't even remember what Acid Spray does.
It's same attack cost, but you flip to discard an energy.
From them? play Acid Spray. By
It's confirmed. Acid Spray is the play.
Yeah, I'd play the Acid Spray one, I think.
But yo, we got a new Garbodor. I gotta say, I think this card is really good.
Jeez, look at him. He's going nuts.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
because I love the name of this attack.
Wreaking havoc upon this like trash pile.
That's because he's in the middle of a trash avalanche. That's the name of his attack.
Oh god.
So for one psychic, this does 20 damage times the number of item cards in your opponent's discard pile.
Ooh.
Think of how many item cards people play in a deck. Let's see. Let's just like off the top of our head. 4 versus Seeker, 4 Ultra Ball,
Yeah.
like 4 Trainer's Mail, a couple tools,
Yeah.
max elixirs. Like, it's not hard to get a decent amount of...
Yeah, they're just going to play it without even thinking about it.
Yeah, especially if you go against something like Mega Ray or like Gardevoir where like half their deck is items. Or Vespiquen, even like... Just... Like, this seems so good. Like, granted, it's better the later in the game it gets, but this seems like a super good attack.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, like, if I'm playing Mega Mewtwo, I'm throwing one of these guys in no matter what.
Oh, yeah. No, it seems good.
I like
What's his second attack? 70, flip a coin of heads, discard an energy. You can play with Fliptini.
Nah, I think I'm going to do a lot of damage for 1 energy.
I'm just going to do the first attack, too.
Yeah, I really like this card.
That's good. Like, I remember there were people... I was playing at Regionals, or we were playing at Regionals, with the Jolteon Glaceon Regice thing.
Yeah.
And, like, my round 1 opponent was playing... I was playing the Mirror, but he was playing, like Rainbow... No, he had, like, some Psychic Energies in his deck or something to be able to, like I forget if he had Rainbow or if he was playing Psychic, but he was doing something to where he's allowed to attack with his, like, Garbodor to do, like, Sludge Bomb or whatever it is, to be able to hit a, like, Regice or Jolteon or whatever if he did play the Mirror. But now, this is a better one for that situation.
Because it also hits Mega Mewtwo's for weakness.
Yeah, and you're gonna, like, I don't know, like, if you're playing... In that Mirror situation, your opponent obviously played, like, a bunch of items turn 1 to, like, max elixirs, everything like that, so...
Mega Turbos, all that stuff,
yeah,
too.
no, this is good.
And you can also use the Field Blower thing to discard their tools to buff your damage, too.
It's like spewing grape juice all over the place. And...
yeah. Garbodor spewing some Fago up in here or something.
Yeah.
Or some purple drink.
True that.
But yeah, I like this card. Definitely seems good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Delmies, I think I remember this card being okay.
Heck? Oh, you told me about this guy.
The anchor guy? You haven't seen him yet either?
I haven't seen him in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird Pokemon. But it's 120 hit points on a basic, which is good. Weak to dark, which is bad. But as long as this Pokemon is in play for its ability, each of your metal Pokemon's attacks do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay.
It's like stack, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know.
So you could debatably like play this with Solgaleo to like maybe try to hit for 250 against your opponent, but or I would just play Kukui.
Yeah. They should make a Delmies GX and change his name to something cooler than Delmies.
Basically, just make a completely different card.
Well, I like how he looks. I like that he's an anchor thingy with a ship wheel on him and stuff. Like, it seems he seems cool, but I want him to have a different name and be GX.
Yeah, I just I don't know what metal Pokemon you'd really want to pair this with. Like, Mega Scizor already effectively two-shots things. The 10 damage Joy doesn't do anything for it. So, unless I'm forgetting something, I can't think of any other relevant metal attackers right now.
Like Genesect, but, like, no.
Yeah, it seems bad.
You can have this, and then you can one-shot Shamans without having to discard energy and having a belt on you.
No, it's bad.
Or you can belt your Genesect and have this to one-shot Manaphy.
It's too late, Marcus. It's gone. It's minimized. It's literally, again, like I said, it's killing us talking about these dead cards or these bad cards. Oh, but next up we have
Tapu
the light,
Lele.
the truth.
I have seen this.
This is our savior right here. I don't know about savior, but it's super good.
It's really good.
Praise Arceus for this card. So, Tapu Lele GX. You thought Mega Mewtwo was good, or I'm sorry, you thought Mewtwo EX was good, right? You thought Jirachi EX was good, right? Oh, just wait till you see this guy. So it's another Tapu, 170 hit points, no weakness, already good.
Yeah.
Ability, Wonder Touch. So once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand on your bench, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Oh, so cool. It's like Jirachi EX.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, there's more. So it's attack, energy drive for just a DCE, 20 damage times the number of energy attached to both active Pokemon, and the damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. Oh, that seems pretty good, man.
Yeah.
It's literally, well, not literally, but it's like really close to being Mewtwo EX plus Jirachi EX all in one card.
Yeah.
And then it does have another attack I guess we can talk about. It's not as relevant, but it's Tapu Cure GX for a Psychic. Restore all HP of 2 of your bench Pokemon, which is still also a strong effect.
Mm-hmm.
But really, we're mainly looking at it for the ability and attack.
Yeah.
This is going to be an automatic one of in so many decks.
So many decks.
Like, it's insane to me how good this card is, but it's weird, like, this card is so strong, but it's only going to be like a one of, probably.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the case for a lot of these things, like the trainer cards we talked about, too.
Right.
They all have very powerful effects, but you only need one, maybe debatably 2.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I love this card.
This is going to be sick.
And it's crazy. Jirachi EX has seen so much play, and it's an EX with 90 hit points and a horrible attack.
Yeah, it can't even swing.
Yeah. But this dude is 170 hit points, has a playable attack, and no weakness.
Yeah.
Like, this card is amazing.
It's so good. Like, that's sick. I mean, like, it's not level ball searchable like Jirachi, so in expanded Jirachi you'll probably still see some play. But
in certain decks.
Yeah, in certain decks where, like, you're playing level ball and stuff. But, like, this card is so good.
It's just so splashable, too, because you can attack
DCE.
with it. Yeah, any deck, basically.
DCE.
Yep, that's about right.
Jeez.
So this will definitely be, especially after rotation, too, once Shaman is gone and once Versus Seeker is gone, and there's not going to be a reliable way to reuse or search out specific tech supporters.
We're
I know.
losing Versus Seeker.
I know, it's incredibly depressing.
Cry.
I think that this will make this card that much more important in the, well, again, we don't know what's in the third Sun and Moon set, but as of right now, this looks to be a very important card for post-rotation. So just all around a super good card. Definitely pick up 1 or 2 of these. It will.
Yeah.
It's going to be very good. So.
Jeez. And it's got a cool hairstyle. Look at that. Looks like snakes.
Or flamingos.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I guess flamingos. Or worms. That's kind of gross.
So let's see.
Gliscor.
He's bad.
Oh.
Okay, we have somebody that's actually good.
Ooh.
We have Lycanroc GX. This is not the promo one. This is a new one with the cool midnight form that it has.
Yeah, that looks sick.
So it's another Lycanroc GX, 200 hit points. And it has the ability Bloody Eye, which is kind of gross. I'm wondering if they're going to change that when it comes, like when it's printed like here in the States.
They will, but I want it to stay Bloody Eye.
But it says, whenever you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active. Its attack Claw Swipe for a fighting and DCE does 110. And then its attack, or GX attack Death Rogue GX for a fighting and colorless does 50 times the number of your opponent's benched Pokemon. I think this is a pretty solid card, I'd have to say.
Yeah, no, it's good. I hope they don't change the names on its stuff from like Death Rogue and Bloody Eye.
Well, in Japan, it's like a cultural thing over there. It, like violence and stuff like that. It's not seen as like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's more of, it's like a cultural thing. That's the easiest way I can describe it. Like people are more sensitive to that type of stuff in the West.
Yeah.
So that's typically why they change some of these things whenever these sets get adapted internationally.
Bunch of losers we are with our sensitivityness, I guess, to bloody eyes and Death Rogue. I want to say Death Rogue so bad, and I'm not going to get to.
Who knows? Maybe they'll surprise you.
I'm going to say it either way whenever I use this. I'm going to say Bloody Eye and Death Rogue, just like how I say Bandit Ring instead of Scoundrel Ring.
But yeah, as far as the actual effects of this card, what do you think about this guy?
He's pretty good. I mean, we're going to lose Lysander or something, right? So
yeah, so especially, again, post-rotation, this card gets even better.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, we'll have Pokemon Catcher, but that's a flip,
flip.
So this
and Victini doesn't help you with that coin flip.
Does not.
False Swipe, or Claw Swipe, 110.
And that might seem like a little, like, meh. It's a fighting in DC for 110. Like, it's not a one-hit knockout, but
two-shot some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, two-shot stuff, you can throw strong energy on there and...
Yep. Or even like a choice band if you want to.
Ooh, yeah.
So for basically 2 energy or 2 attachments, you can two-shot most everything. That's
yeah,
solid.
He seems good. And then, like, there's stuff that's weak to fighting, obviously Darkrai and everything. So
for sure.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be a really good card, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Death Rogue.
Yeah, its GX move, like, it's basically guaranteed to take one-hit knockouts.
Look at him.
Most people fill up their bench, so
look at his art.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
It's like Death Rogue, Bloody Eye, man. I want to play that. What's the Rockruff do?
Let's
look
see.
at him. He looks so happy to evolve.
It's so weird going
thing.
from this guy to the other one.
Like, look at how animated and excited he is, and then he evolves to Bloody Eye Death Rogue.
Let's see. Corner, the defending Pokemon can't retreat, and then its other attack for a DCE, flip a coin. If tails, it does nothing. Just kind of meh.
Yeah.
Nothing special, but Lycanroc is definitely a good card. I definitely like it. So next up we have Minior. This is an interesting card.
What the heck is this thing?
You haven't seen this guy either?
No, I haven't seen him. What is he?
He's a thing. He's like a rock, dude.
Are those eyes?
Yeah.
And a mouth?
Well, in the game he has like an outer shell, and then the shell will break, and it'll reveal like this thing, his little glowing inside.
So
thing.
he is that is him before his shell? Oh, so I see
That's
this
him.
green stuff. He's busting out of his shell right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that was his... I thought he was like breaking through something.
So I'm mainly just wanting to talk about it just for its second attack, Cosmoplosion for
190!
Yeah. Oh, don't get too excited. 3 fighting, 190, and this Pokemon is knocked out.
190 though.
I know. Well, the reason I don't mind it is if you're playing like an EX heavy deck or a GX heavy deck, instead of your opponent taking 6 prizes on 2 prize attackers, you can basically take a one-hit knockout with this thing and only give up 1 prize.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like this. I don't know what deck it would fit into off the top of my head, but 3 for 190 to only give up 1 prize seems pretty solid to me, I think. So again, I don't know what in the world you would pair this with, but I think it's an okay. Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
It seems like an okay card.
No, it seems good. I mean, it'll see play somehow. 190?
Yeah. Seems alright. Again, I just don't know what you put it in, though.
Yeah. Kukui to do 210?
Yep. So let's see. Okay, we look at Honchkrow. It has an okay attack.
He looks kind of neat. Yeah,
I like the art on this guy, too. Its first attack, not that great, but its attack is Ravenclaw, like Harry Potter. So, but anyways, for a DC, it does 10 plus 10 more times the number of damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So if a lot of your opponent's Pokemon are like kind of beat up, if they have 2 Pokemon with 10 damage counters each, you're hitting for 210.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like a good attack, but I don't know what you play this in. Like, do you, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what do you think about that?
I haven't taken the test on Pottermore yet because I want to get Ravenclaw, but I don't think I will.
That's actually what I am.
Oh man, I want it, but I don't want to take the test because that's what I want, and I'm not gonna get it. But as far as his actual attack goes, not just the name, it seems good. 10 damage plus 10 more times the number of damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So I mean, like, there's situations like today I was playing Pokemon, and there are situations in multiple games where like I'll swing on something and then they'll retreat, and then I'll swing on something and they'll retreat, and they'll just have so much damage all over their board. So in that situation, you can like, do a bunch of damage and stuff. I don't know. It seems like obviously situational.
I wish this was a basic.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of space to commit to.
If it
run
was
this
a
thing.
basic and it was a DCE, it'd be so splashable. Like you could probably work something with it.
If there was like another Haunch Crow that was like a better like just main attacker,
Yeah.
I would like the idea of playing one or two of these in that type of deck. But as of right now, like I like the effect of this attack, but
Yeah.
I think it's too situational to actually use. But
Yeah.
maybe something to keep an eye on in case there is another Haunch Crow in the future. Next up, we have a card that a lot of people are going crazy over, and that's going to be Sableye.
Yep, I've seen this guy.
So, it wouldn't be the first broken Sableye that we've gotten. Pokemon, I think, has a fondness for this guy. But we're looking at for its attack a limitation for a Dark Energy. Your opponent can't play supporter cards from their hand on their next turn.
Yeah.
Seems simple enough. You might argue, well, this doesn't do damage, so why would you play this? Well, the idea is that you play Decidueye Vileplume. You set up Vileplume, that way your opponent can't play item cards. You attack with Sableye, so your opponent can't play supporters, and you use your Decidueye GXs to do your damage. You use them to do, its ability to put 2 damage counters. So that's how you take prizes, is with your Decidueyes, that way.
So they're going to be very long, slow games.
Yeah, basically you will never win a best of 1 tournament.
Yeah.
Ever, I don't think. But this seems very strong in that specific deck. Outside of that deck, I'm not sold on the uses for this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Pretty much only in Decidueye Vileplume this seems good currently.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too much more to say. But like, do you foresee this being like the new way to play Decidueye Vileplume, or are you worried that it still won't be enough damage, and that like Tauros and Lugia and other attackers are better?
It won't be enough damage.
You think people will just kind of stick with the
People
old
will
favorites?
do it. Like people are gonna do it just because they're gonna do it, just to do it. Like they're gonna do this just because, but it's not gonna like. I don't think it'll work as well as people think it will.
Yeah, I could see why you'd say that.
But I don't know. I mean, at the same time, it could work just locking your opponent down completely, and they can't get set up, so that you just ping at them to death forever.
Yep. And now we have the Field Blower, so Garbodor's not really a concern either.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be annoying. I mean, people could play like Marowak to like get around the Sableye thingy if this did get popular. Like get around the Sableye's attack and be able to still play supporters and stuff.
I just feel like under item lock and supporter lock, it's going to be very hard for them to mount a counter to this effect, though.
Yeah, like you're not going to be able to get a Marowak out very easily against it.
But the downside is that you will be doing damage so slowly, it will give your opponent time to potentially top deck out of the lock.
Yeah.
And just draw into energy or whatever it is that they need.
Right.
So that's the concern I have for it. But it's one of those things I don't think we'll know just until we test. I like the idea of it, but I'm kind of with you. I almost kind of feel like, again, just as a first impression, since we haven't done any testing as of the time of filming, I feel like it won't be enough in a best of 1 format, that's for sure. So we'll see how it goes, but definitely I think a card people are going to try out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you play best of 3, like Swiss, like regionals or whatever, you can just win your like extremely long game 1, and then go to time, and then your opponent gets mad and tells his friends that he's pissed because he had to play you. But
Yeah.
but yeah, best of 1. I don't know how good it'll be.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. Okay, so next up we have another GX. It's going to be Metagross GX. I know a lot of people are excited to see this guy. I think Metagross is a fan favorite.
250.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, stage 2.
Yeah, a lot of people do like this guy, don't they? Now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm. But it has this ability, Geotech System. Once during your turn before you attack, you may attach either a Psychic or Metal from your discard to your active Pokemon. Its attack, Giga Hammer for 2 Metal and a colorless, does 150. And kind of like Volcanion, you can't use this attack on your next turn. And then its GX move is going to be Algorithm Search. Or I'm sorry, Algorithm GX. Search your deck for up to 5 cards. Put them into your hand.
Dang.
N says hello.
Yeah.
That's my knee-jerk reaction to this thing's attack. It's an insanely powerful effect,
Yeah.
but N is a card, so that really is going to deter me from wanting to play this.
Yeah.
But what about the main stats on this thing? You know, the ability and the main attack that it has.
I don't know if it's good. Like, its second attack, 150, can't even do it the next turn. Or you can play Lapras and do 160 if you're just going to not be able to do it the next turn.
Yeah. Fire weakness is also really bad.
Yeah,
too.
fire weakness sucks. Once during your turn before you attack, Psychic or Metal. It doesn't even... Oh, that's its ability. Well, like, maybe if you can... He could be bench sitter, maybe, to something else.
I know some people have said, like, oh, play it in Solgaleo, but it's...
Yeah. You're already playing a Solgaleo. There's the thing. You're already playing the stage 2.
I don't think this format, like maybe once Shaman and Hoopa and all that stuff rotates,
Yeah,
and the game slows down,
yeah,
I will consider it. But right now, I don't think this card is.
Yeah, once we slow down
enough.
for sure, you can maybe try this out. But right now is not the time.
Definitely not. But I mean, I think the ability is, you know, it's a decent ability. I think the GX move is super good too, but it's just like the effect of the attack is good, but just it's so easily countered by N. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I can't say it's a no from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no too.
Okay, let's see. I'll point out Whimsicott. It's an interesting attack. Overabundance. If the defending Pokemon is knocked out during your next turn, take 2 additional prize cards. Kind of cool. You can maybe, like... The fact that this is an attack is bad, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the idea of taking 4 prizes off, like a Shaman knockout or something, or whatever the knockout is. So, or taking 3 prizes off of like just a random low HP basic or something.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know what you'd play this with. Like I would think maybe Decidueye, since you could attack with this and use Decidueye. Like I don't know. I do like that this is a colorless. That means you can splash it into different things, but I just don't know.
It's a stage 1 too.
Yeah, I just don't know. But I think the effect of that attack is very strong.
Yeah. The effect of the attack is strong. I don't know if this card will be good though. I don't think it'll be good.
Yeah. So we'll see, but as of right now I'm thinking nah, but who knows, someone might surprise me and like figure out a way to use this. Let's see.
Wait, Gudra's not good?
Nah, unfortunately.
Dang it.
They keep printing these like Gudras that aren't that good. Let's see. Cast form. We can talk about its first attack. Choose up to 2 stadium cards from your deck, reveal them, put them into your hand. So it's like an okay little starter Pokemon type of dude, but like, I don't know. Doesn't seem great.
Does 30 and then they're
Asleep. It's really just for the first attack, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the second attack costs 2, but it's 1 more damage. It's 10 more damage than Sableye, and they put because Sableye can only scratch for 20.
You might be right. Let's see.
Wait, go to that bird, Fletchling. Like, pull it up.
The art?
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a bird, Marcus.
He's kind of like getting ready to dance, I think.
Your brain works interestingly.
It's just neat. I don't know. He's like about to do that one dance. I can't remember what it's called.
I guess we can talk about Talonflame. It's an okay card.
Fletchinder looks kind of cool. Actually, he looks kind of derpy.
Oh, Talonflame?
No, Fletchinder.
Oh, this guy?
No, never mind. He's not derpy. I thought, like, zoomed out, he looked kind of derpy.
Oh, okay. This guy's okay. Talonflame, free retreat, which is always good. First attack Nitro Charge for 30 damage. Search your deck for a fire energy and attach it to this Pokemon. And its second attack does DCE for 90. Return all energy from this Pokemon to your hand. So it's 90 for one attachment is okay. You can play this with the break to hit, whatchamacallit, you can hit things like Decidueye and Lurantis for weakness. So, I don't know, it's an okay little card.
Yeah. I mean, if you break, you one-shot Serena.
You do, Marcus. A lot of things one-shot Serena, though.
No, I don't know if I don't think I'll ever play it, but
probably not.
Let's play the other one.
Yeah, I like being able to have a stage 2 to begin with. But
yeah.
Anyway, so next up we have the item cards from the second half of this Japanese set.
Look.
All aboard the hype train, people.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
We have Aqua Patch. If you guys ever played back in the 2012 format, we had Dark Patch, which was like one of the most played cards until the day it rotated. But Aqua Patch is basically the same thing for water Pokemon. You attach a basic water from your discard to one of your benched water Pokemon.
This is going to be sick.
So, I mean, we already have Max Elixir, but Marcus, why do you want to play this over Max Elixir? You tell me.
Because, like, dude, it's going to make you go so fast. Like, I mean, I guess we don't have, like, Battle Compressor and stuff like we do in Expanded with Dark Patch. But, I don't know, like, I'm just amped that water is getting support, because water is, like, my favorite type. As far as this or Max Elixir, it really just depends. I don't know. Like, in Lapras, I think I still like Max Elixir better, to be honest. If I'm going to do, like, one or the other or something like that, I guess. Just because, like, you can just play a bunch of energy and do it that way or whatever. Maybe Primarina could use this, though? I don't even want to play with Primarina, though. I don't know.
Well, my thing is I'm thinking it depends on the deck for me.
Yeah.
I think. Like, if your goal is to swarm as much energy as possible, like... well, the problem with Max Elixir is that you have to run, like, kind of an inflated count of water energy to ensure that you always hit them. Mm-hmm. So the good thing about Aqua Patch is that you can actually cut down on your energy a little bit and basically swap out Max Elixirs for Aqua Patch.
Right.
So I like this in a deck that isn't reliant on needing a bunch of energy and play at a time, like a Primarina or something like that.
Yeah.
And like a toolbox type of deck, I probably prefer this, where you only need one attacker with 3 energy.
Right.
So I think this makes a lot of sense in a water box style deck.
Yeah.
But maybe in like a Primarina, I might prefer Max Elixir. I'm not sure.
I see where you're coming from. I think so. Yeah, I like the fact that you can cut down on your energy count and put in other stuff. And you can like Ultra Ball like 2 water and then Aqua Patch 2 water.
Sure.
Or like Aqua Patch like 1 of the water or something. I don't know. It's gonna be cool.
It has synergy with Alolan Ninetales as well, because a Ninetales makes you discard 2 energy.
Yeah.
So you can just get them back with Aqua Patch if you choose to.
Right.
So, and this is actually, I think, where that wishy-washy combo you were talking about could come in handy, because if you are playing like a water toolbox deck and you have like a Manaphy.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say you're playing Alolan Ninetales with a Manaphy.
Right.
You do 160, discard your energy. You retreat into a Wishy-Washy, like you mentioned earlier. You can Aqua Patch to your Ninetales and then return Wishy-Washy to your hand to promote the fresh Ninetales again.
Right.
So, yeah, it's going to be a good card, basically.
Yeah, no, it'll be cool. I like that it looks like a patch.
Yeah, that does. Like it has like a patch, like...
texture-ish look to it. Like it looks like it could be. It would
Like
be.
it'd be like a cloth material or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
Definitely.
would sew this onto like my book bag or something, or like if I was a Boy Scout, I'd get this for my coat.
Definitely. So, yeah, definitely a great card. Be expecting to see this.
Yeah.
Next up, we have another pretty good trainer card, I think. That's going to be Rescue Strecher.
I saw this one too.
So you choose one Pokemon from your discard, put it into your hand, or choose 3 Pokemon and shuffle them into your deck.
So it's kind of like Buddy Buddy got a buff.
Well, it's kind of like a combination between Buddy Buddy and Super
And
Odd.
like, yeah, yeah. Like, and you don't have to like let your opponent get something back too.
Definitely.
That's
definitely.
what I like about it, is that your opponent's not gonna also benefit from it.
Yeah. I actually really like this card, especially in Mega Rayquaza. Like I play Buddy. I like Buddy Buddy and Mega Rayquaza
Yeah.
and also Gardevoir as well. But I will definitely be automatically just replacing Buddy Buddy with this card.
For sure. I'm gonna miss saying Buddy Buddy instead of like Rescue Stretcher. I don't know. Rescue Stretcher kind of sounds cool,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Buddy Buddy, pick a buddy, anybody.
I'm
gonna
also-
miss saying that.
Well, I'm also glad we got this card because Super Rod. Well, we don't know what they're going to rotate to yet, but
Yeah.
Super Rod potentially could get rotated.
Ooh.
You know, everyone's kind of predicting the format will be breakthrough forward or breakpoint forward.
Yeah.
We don't know which yet, but if Super Rod gets rotated, it'll be nice to have a form of recovery other than Brock's Grit in the format.
Yeah.
So definitely a really good card. I like this a lot.
Yeah. No, it is sick. I like this.
Okay, so
Who's
next,
this thing?
Mallow. It's actually a reprint of the old card Oracle back from Skyridge. I forget. It's from one of the e-reader sets. But yeah, so Mallow, choose 2 cards from your deck, shuffle your deck, and then put those 2 cards on top. And I did not play when Oracle was legal. I actually took a break when the e-reader cards came out and didn't start playing again until I think Holland Phantoms. So I kind of missed when Oracle was a big card. But that
Yeah.
was also a much slower format. Because I'm reading this and I'm thinking in today's metagame, like, why would I play this? Like, this seems bad to me.
Yeah.
And again, I might be completely wrong, but just off the top of my head, I'm thinking, why would I ever play this?
I mean, you could Mallow and then like
Shaman?
Sandshrew for it.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do like Octillery, Shaman, like.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to think what deck really wants this. Like, do you play this in Mega Ray or Mega Gardevoir since you play like a million Shamans?
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, I'm just struggling to see.
Like where it's gonna be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
If we get like some sort of draw engine, like maybe in coming sets, like some sort of good bench setter Pokemon, kind of like an Octillery type of dude,
Yeah.
that will let you just draw cards, I think this could be good. I mean, I don't know. Right now, I just don't see it. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's the best.
Yeah, I'm just going to Sycamore instead, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have another stadium. So we got Hilltop Stream.
This one's got a shorter name.
Yeah, a lot shorter. So once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a water or fighting basic Pokemon and play it on their bench. That seems... The effect seems good, but like I'm really just struggling to think of what deck really wants this card.
I don't know. I don't really.
Maybe Lycanroc?
Maybe
Like a Lycanroc, like Carbink type of deck or something like that. Like, I'm thinking decks that, like for me, when I'm thinking about this card, I'm thinking, okay, you want to play this in a deck where you need to swarm a lot of Pokemon. I was like, okay, for water Pokemon, that's Greninja, but they already have Frogadier, so they don't really need this.
Yeah.
And there's better stadiums for that deck. And then for fighting, I'm like, again, I'm thinking Lycanroc or maybe like a Garchomp type of thing.
Maybe Passimian.
Yeah, maybe Passimian too. That's a consideration. But I think that deck is already so fast,
Yeah.
it might not need this. So, like, the only other situation I'm thinking is, like, if you run a bunch of, like, techie one-of Pokemon, like in like a Aqua box type of thing,
Yeah.
you can maybe use this to get out the exact basic attacker that you want. But I don't know. I think it's an okay card. I'm just failing to see the immediate use for it. I don't know, Mark. So what do you think about this guy?
Pretty much the same. Like, I just don't see where it's like super useful. There's like a lot of other stadiums that I'd rather play in like water type decks or fighting type decks, like
Same.
Rough Seas or like what the heck is that stadium? Discard a fighting or a fire and draw two.
Oh, Scorched Earth.
Yeah, Scorched Earth. Like I'd almost rather just do that.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. It's underwhelming right now, but who knows? We'll see as time goes on. So next up, we got full arts for this set. We got Wishy Washy.
Kind of looks cool.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Tapu Lele. I kind of dig it, I guess. I like the regular art better, but
Are you gonna play the full art though? At least.
yeah, I probably will.
Cool. Get the hyper rare.
I mean, I don't like the way they look, but maybe we'll see. I actually do like Lycanroc GX.
He looks cool.
I saw a picture of this card with the texture too, like a better scan, and it looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I really like this thing.
Dude, you look sick.
He's ready to
Give
claw
you-
swipe you, give you a bloody eye.
bloody eye with his death rogue.
Okay, Metagross looks kind of plain, but
Yeah. Just kind of looking at you.
so we have Full Art Mallow. That looks cool, I guess. I will not play with it probably, but it
Yeah.
looks nice.
Holding a bunch of berries and stuff.
So I got all the hyper rare. Oh, here you can see the texture.
Ooh.
Like I think the regular Full Art has a similar texture too, so
Yeah.
definitely cool.
That's pretty sick.
Next up, we got them secret rares.
Yeah. Eric's got to get 4 of these.
Yes, I'm gonna try to get.
I like
4
how
of
it
these.
looks like a patch.
So we got the secret rare Aqua Patch. Definitely gonna be a $high card from the set.
Eric's
without
going to get
question.
4.
We have another enhanced hammer secret rare, which
Ooh.
looks cool.
That does look pretty sick, dude.
And of course, we have another secret rare basic energy, and that's gonna be the fighting energy.
Yeah.
So lots of cool secret rares there, and that's going to be the this is going to be the bulk of the cards in our set, but there's still more to cover too. So next up, we have what's probably going to make up the bulk of the rest of this set, and that's going to be Japan's Sun and Moon Strengthening Expansion Pack. And basically, what it looks like they're doing is Japan's getting a main set, and they get these like little mini sets for in between their main sets. So that's what this is. Some of the cards are reprints, but some of them are going to be new ones that we are most likely going to get. So we have, first one's going to be Lurantis.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's just Lurantis.
That looks weird.
Yeah, it's Lurantis. That's how it looks, man.
But that's not how the other how the Lurantis GX looks, is it?
Yeah, that one looks cool.
What do you mean?
Like, Lurantis GX looks cooler than this thing.
Yeah.
But that's just how the Pokemon Lurantis looks. Is it because it's like bent over, kind of? Is that what's throwing you
Yeah,
off?
and he's like pink. Is
Yeah.
Lurantis GX pink?
Yeah. How do you not know this?
I don't know. I've been playing the dang thing forever. Oh man,
God.
he's only got 100 HP.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, we looking at for the ability, though.
All right, what is it?
So as long as this Pokemon is in play, each of your grass and fire Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active. So yeah, if you're playing Lurantis GX, you play one of these guys too. Do more damage.
I guess. Yeah, no, that makes sense because your thing only swings for what, 120? Your solar blade.
Yeah.
So you
You
can
buff it a little bit.
Yeah, to where you can 2-shot. Well, no, you already 2-shots.
Well, you can throw like a choice band on it too, so you can like.
Yeah, so this thing's pointless.
Oh no, I'm saying you can.
Oh, you can choice band it and do this.
Yeah, so you can hit for 170.
Yeah,
Which-
no, yeah, that's cool. One shot, some like stuff like Yveltals and things.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems like an okay
Yeah,
card.
no, it'll be neat.
I
This
mean, if
still
you're
looks-
already playing Lurantis GX, I mean, I guess you could throw this in there. See?
you could put in 4 of that and 4 of Lurantis GX.
You can. I don't know if you want to, but you
No,
can.
you don't want to, but you can.
I will say this: it makes the math on Lurantis GX's GX move better.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times where you'll need like 5 energy to knock out like a belted EX, but with this thing you only need 4 energy.
Uh-huh.
So it makes a difference for the GX move, I think.
He's hooking up the fire types too, though. Why?
I have no idea, man. It makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense. Is he like? Is there something in the game that happens that I haven't seen?
Not that I know of. I think it's just bad.
That's weird. What is that thing?
So we have the Orocorio. Basically,
What the heck? That's a hip hop bird. Look at him dancing, pointing at his friends.
Basically, there's like 4 of these birds. Like they all, it's the same Pokemon, but there's just like different forms of it.
Oh, do they have different names?
No.
Oh.
But this one we're looking at for the first attack, Hot Blooded Dance. Search your deck for 3 basic fire Pokemon and put them on your bench. So it's actually a pretty good attack.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is for Incineroar GX.
Yeah.
So Incineroar does more damage for every fire Pokemon you have in play. So this could be a good little starter Pokemon to set up your board with.
Skyfield.
Yeah, definitely.
Incineroar.
So I think that's where this deck fits in, or this card fits in. I don't really like it in Volcanion, but I like it in Incineroar. That's about it.
Yeah.
So let's see. I believe Politoed is new as well.
Yeah.
So let's see. It has the attack Roll Call. Search your deck for a Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath and put them on your bench. That seems pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I forget what the other Poliwrath does, but I like the idea of being able to set up like like 3 whole evolution lines, basically.
Yeah.
Like that seems really cool to me. But at the same time, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I mean, I'm never gonna play Poliwrath, but if I did, I'd play it with this.
Maybe. It's a cool attack, but I don't know how it will fit in to the game.
Yeah.
An expanded, maybe. I'll mention that just because Archie is a thing in expanded.
Okay.
So use this, get this out turn 1. But I think there's other better Archie targets.
Yeah, no one's gonna play that.
Let's see. Like I said, a lot of reprints in this set. Vikavolt GX is a new one.
Ooh.
So let's see. Yeah, so 240 hit points. Pretty good. 1 retreat, which is way better than the other Vikavolt, since that one has 3 retreat. This one has the attack Charge Beam for a lightning 50 and attach 1 energy from your discard to this Pokemon. Next attack is a lightning and 3 colorless, does 180 and you discard 2 energy. And for the same attack cost, it's GX move Gigatron GX, does 60 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So what do you think about this guy?
Seems good, right? Well, there's a lot of energy that you need.
I'll say this: put Wide Lens on this guy against Mega Ray,
Dang,
and you just win immediately.
Yeah. God,
just knock out every shaman right then and
true
there.
that. True that. Dang, yeah, you're right. Whoa.
That seems so ridiculous.
Oh gosh, like it costs a lot, but
it does.
You beat Ray.
You
right there.
You take 8 prizes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man.
But outside of that, what do you think about this?
It's okay.
It does have synergy with the other Vikavolt as well too.
Yeah, you can search your deck for a grass and a color, or a grass and a lightning, and then throw it on there and stuff.
Yeah,
but
something you're already playing like a Vikavolt line or a Vikavolt GX on, you may as well play the regular one too. So it seems okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not blown away by it, but it seems okay if you put a choice band on this thing. You're doing 80 for 1, or you're doing 210 for 4, which is still pretty solid, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of dig this card. I'm not blown away by it, but I like it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If you get set up, it beats Ray. Oh, here's
Yes.
the other bird.
Yeah, the lightning one's nothing special. This guy,
Oh, he's
think
Hawaiian.
That is kind of the theme of Sun and Moon.
But he's doing the dance.
Yes, Marcus, you're correct.
He's doing...
And actually, that's the ability Vital Dance.
Uh-huh.
So when you play this Pokemon on your bench, search your deck for 2 basic energy, reveal them, put them into your hand.
So it's like a
Professor's letter type of
every
thing.
turn, yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I don't see an immediate use for it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe in like a Magnezone type of deck, maybe. But even still, Professor's letter is just better, I think.
Uh-huh.
Since it doesn't take up a bench spot, but...
Yeah, like Golduck, search for 2 water and then do them that way.
Yep. So it's okay, I guess, but nothing special. But this is actually a really good card. I like this one a lot. That's going to be Oricorio, the Psychic one. Or other Psychic one, I should say.
Do they all like to dance?
I think that's their thing. Yep.
Okay.
So, Ominous Dance for a colorless. For each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, place a damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like.
Huh.
So, I'm thinking Night March and Vespiquen.
Yeah.
If your deck loses to Night March, play this.
Yeah.
If it loses to Vespiquen, play this.
Okay. Seems good.
Yeah, it's, colorless attacks, you can splash in pretty much anything.
Especially in Night March, because it's like Joltix, like easy.
Yeah.
Pumpkaboos.
So you'll probably have enough damage counters to place to actually...
Yeah, to like get rid of like a few of these guys, of your opponent's Pokemon, so...
Granted, they probably will just return KO this thing, but it does seem like an easy way to...
Take a couple prizes on these non-EX attackers.
Yeah, I think it more so for Night March, because... Because all of the Night Marchers have very low HP.
Right.
So, especially if it's a matchup where, like, the deck you're playing is a deck that a Night March deck would choose to go aggro Joltik, this would be a good tech, probably.
Yeah.
Because you could potentially knock out, like, 2 Joltiks on the board at one time.
Right.
Or something like that. So, this seems like an okay tech, I think, in Expanded. In Standard, I don't think so much, but Expanded, I do like this more. So next up we have Toxapex GX.
Ooh.
And this card...
Is it good?
It's pretty interesting, so let's see. So,
Looks fierce.
Oh yeah, I think the art is sick on this.
Yeah.
But 210 hit points, pretty good. First attack, Spike Cannon for a Psychic does 30. Flip 4 coins, 30 for each head, so statistically speaking...
Victini.
Yes, you could do that. But on average, you'll be doing 60 damage for 1, which is a solid 60 for 1. I like that. Second attack, Ultra Toxic Poison, 3 Psychic. Opponent's active is now poisoned. Put 10 damage counters on them between turns.
Whoa! Oh, man.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
With Burbank, you're putting 12
Jeez.
and Expanded.
And with Aqua Base thingy or whatever, they can't. It's harder for them to retreat.
Well, you could play a Dragalge
Not
and
get that.
Expanded
Yeah.
to make it so they can't retreat if you really want to.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, I don't. Oh my god, like that is so ridiculous.
Jeez. Put 100 on it.
You basically just have to ensure that they can't retreat, otherwise this attack is not good.
Yeah.
I mean, the effect is good, but 3 energy to do 100 is kind of underwhelming.
But coming back to you, they probably die.
Oh, definitely so.
Probably.
Definitely so. So that's definitely good. And it still has a GX move, so let's take a look at this. Same attack cost, does 150. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn.
Jeez!
Yeah.
This card's neat.
The only problem with it is, like, it's psychic energy.
Yeah.
How do you power it up?
I was going to say Max Elixir, but...
I mean, you can. Like, just Max Elixir onto your Marianies.
Yeah.
Like, you can do that, but that's not ideal. I think you'll have to probably play something like EXP shares.
Yeah.
To make sure your energy stay on the board. So EXP shares and Max Elixirs to power this thing up. But yeah, I think this is a cool card. I think the effects of it's to me kind of reminds me of Lunala GX. The effects of everything that well, actually I shouldn't say that because Lunala's regular attack is kind of bad, but most of the stats on this thing are good. Most of the attacks are good. It's just hard to power up. That's going to be the hard thing here.
Yeah.
So, tentatively speaking, I'm going to say max elixirs and EXP share. That's how you power it up. But we'll see. It might be too clunky, but I like this card, though.
Yeah, it looks cool, too.
That's going to be Toxapex GX. So we have a regular Lunala. And so,
oh, it looks cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely so.
Is that like a shiny?
Well, in Japan, all of the cards in the set are reverse holo.
But no, when I'm look at it, it's white.
Oh, it's color scheme. That's a good question. I'm actually not sure what shiny Lunala looks like. Oh, this might be the radiant, like moon phase Lunala.
Okay.
Because there's like there's like an alternate form for Lunala in Solgaleo.
Oh, okay.
But
Dang, yeah, I didn't know that.
But this one has 160 hit points, stage 2. That's pretty cool. But Burst Ball for a Psychic, there's 40 times the number of Psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. That's kind of like Shatter Shot Mewtwo. And then its other attack for 3 Psychics does 130. And move all energy attached to this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like. Yep.
I'm not going to play it.
Yep, doesn't seem good. So let's see. Okay, so we have a Sudowoodo. I forget what this guy does. So let's take a look. When this Pokemon is in play, your opponent can only have 4 Pokemon on their bench. If your opponent has 5 or more bench Pokemon, they discard until they have 4. If there are any other effects in play restricting the number of opponent's bench Pokemon, the effect restricting the most number of bench Pokemon has priority. So basically they're saying if there's Parallel City in play, that takes priority over this ability. I don't know. Do you want to restrict your opponent's bench to 4?
No. I don't care about that.
I mean, it's
just
not
play Parallel City.
Yeah, but what if your deck is a deck that benefits more from a different stadium? Do you still play this?
Probably not. Like limit them one spot. Is it really worth it for your own bench space? You're limiting yourself 1 spot to do it.
That's a good point. You're effectively reducing both benches to 4. Never thought about that.
Yeah. So.
But what if you're playing Ray?
Ooh.
That's actually kind of cool because
you're sky fielding them, and then
so
but they don't get to have. Okay, yeah, you play it in rain. That's it, though.
Or Gardevoir, I guess too.
Yeah.
So maybe. You get to have 8, and they get 4.
Yeah.
Oh man, that seems like pretty disgusting.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be cool. All right, never mind. So this will see play whenever you benefit from Skyfield like Ray stuff.
I just thought about that just now because I saw this card before because I've read all these at one point. I didn't think about that, but just talking, I was like, ooh, Mega Rayquaza. That's
good. Okay.
So I like that. That's
gonna be neat.
That's spicy, especially in the mirror match against Mega Ray.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to suck whenever your opponent drops it against you, though.
Or even Gardevoir. I think Gardevoir plays that to beat Ray.
Yeah.
I think that's what they do.
Yeah, for sure.
So I like this card. If you play Skyfield, play this card.
Yeah, do it.
So that's actually pretty awesome. Okay. A Mudsdale's bad. Let's see.
They're ugly, too.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, so we have... Nah, card's bad. We can talk about Solgaleo. This is an okay card. So we're mainly looking at for the second attack for 2 metal and a Colress does 170, and this Pokemon can't use Soul Fang during your next turn. So when I say I think this is okay, I mean like you play one of this, for example, in a Solgaleo GX deck, mainly to deal with non-EXs. Because Solgaleo GX is a really terrible attacker. in that regard because you have to discard all of your energy to knock out just a non-EX or non-GX.
Yeah.
So you need a different attacker, basically, to more easily deal with those types of decks. So that's why I'm kind of thinking this card would fill that role.
Yeah, I guess.
But it seems okay. That's about the only use I can think for it.
Yeah.
And so next we have another GX. It's going to be Sylveon GX. And
Ooh.
I have heard of some Japanese players doing well at tournaments with this. Let's see what it does. So its first attack, and we do have to keep it in mind too, we have Energy Evolution Eevee. So that's something to keep in mind when talking about this card.
Yeah.
So we have Magical Ribbon for a fairy. Search your deck for any 3 cards, put them in your hand. Fairy Wind for a fairy, and DCE does 110. And then Priere GX for the same attack cost. Pick 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Your opponent returns those Pokemon and all cards attached to them to his or her hand.
That's gonna be so frustrating when you do that to someone who rare candied into like Solgaleo.
Oh yeah, definitely so.
Jeez.
Or what could be really frustrating too is like you could Lysander a Hoopa or something,
Yeah.
putting their attacker
Oh.
on the bench and using that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I kind of dig this card because I think the first attack is really good, especially if you go second. You attach your fairy to Eevee to evolve on your first turn and just search your deck for 3 cards.
Yeah,
Like, that seems really solid. The second attack is okay too for 2 attachments. Like we said, for Lycanroc, you're doing 110.
Right.
With a choice band, you're doing 140. So that means you 2-shot basically everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like this card.
Yeah, it seems good.
I mean, you can still pair it with the other evolutions if you want to, abuse different typings in the metagame. So, I like Sylveon.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's good.
So, in this hypothetical Sylveon deck, what else do you play in it?
That's where I'm stuck.
Yep.
I don't know what it's good with.
Yeah, that's... Again, we said the evolutions, but it probably needs some sort of backup attacker. Like, you could always just throw in a Toro since you already played DCE, but I don't really know what else.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else either.
So I'm gonna say good card is good, but beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll also have to play around with stuff and figure out
How to make it good.
especially against Decidueye. That could be good against Vileplume. That's I think that's a big thing too. You can just return a Vileplume and a Decidueye line to their line or to their hand. So it seems cool. I like that card.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I mean, you got to get their forest out of play too. But
Let's see, next we have Drampa GX, and it's a new basic GX. So colorless, which means it's going to be pretty splashable in most decks. First attack, Righteous Edge, 20 damage, and discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active. Kind of like the old Cobalion EX from back in the day. Has Berserk for 3 colorless, does 80, and if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this does 70 more. And it's GX move, Great Revolution GX, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 10 cards. How do you feel about this guy, Marcus?
it seems cool.
I think, okay, any deck that runs this is going to be one of those decks that is going to abuse Hala, the supporter we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
to ensure that you can always draw 7 the rest of the game. GX move, super good. You can use it on the first turn since this is a basic, but like we've said before with Metagross, N is a thing.
Yeah.
So that deters me a little bit. But what do you think about its other attacks?
80 plus damage if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them. This does 70 more damage. I don't know.
Maybe you played in Gyarados potentially?
Yeah.
Like as a backup attacker? / potential starter? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this fits. I mean, like, it's colorless, so it
Yeah, it's clearly splashable.
can put it anywhere, but, like, just don't know where.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, you could play it in Ray. I mean, it kind of doesn't have like a backup attacker.
Yeah.
But I feel like this would benefit slower decks Like that's where this would fit in a little bit better. And I just don't know what slow deck really needs this right now. Maybe Decidueye.
Right.
Like that's like kind of the slow deck right now that's good. So
Yeah.
that's really the only thing I can think of currently.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't know where else it would go either.
So it's like a card that's like I like most of what it has going on, but I just don't know where it fits in.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that's going to be the Pokemon for this little mini set, but we do have some new, not really new, but we have some reprints, and I think 1 or 2 new item cards. So first we have an Energy Recycler reprint.
Cool.
Just get 5 basics back into your deck from your discard.
Ooh, that enhanced hammer looks cool.
Got good old E-Hammer reprint,
Yeah.
along with the secret rare version like we just talked about. The Max Potion reprint.
What is this thing?
We have Multi-Switch, which I'm not sure how I feel about just yet, but move 1 energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active.
Just play Energy Switch.
Well, the argument for this is that
special.
Yeah, so if you're playing like a Giratina Tauros type of deck, or
Yeah, okay.
something like that, you can.
It can be neat, yeah.
Yeah, or like yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I can go to.
So, yeah, it's an okay card. I just, again, that's like the only type of deck I can really think of. Maybe like for Mega Mewtwo, you can move like a DCE from a different Mewtwo to your active to swing for a lot, but I think you just prefer just to still play Mega Turbo.
Yeah.
So, Multi-Switch, it's okay, but I don't see it being a thing.
Not in a lot of decks.
And so,
Choice Band.
yeah, so okay, we do have an image of it. This is the card we've been hyping up. So, like we said, does 30 more damage to your opponent's active, EX, or GX. I think we've talked about this one probably enough at this point, though. Good card is good. Get some.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about these cards, these stadiums. These are actually good if I remember right.
Altar of the Moon.
So all Pokemon with Psychic or Dark Energy have 2 less retreat cost.
Ooh, okay. That seems neat.
Yeah, I actually really like this.
Yeah. Gives Darkrai's free retreat.
Yeah, that's true.
Darkrai gets free retreat. Yveltal EX.
Mega Mewtwo.
Yeah, Mega Mewtwo.
And
Lunala.
yeah, Lunala. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I couldn't remember how much retreat cost it had.
I think it's only 2 retreat. I could be wrong, but I think it is 2.
Yeah.
So I mean that seems good to me. I'm trying to think of some of the other cards off the top of my head. I mean decks that abuse Rainbow Energy and Double Dragon Energy benefit too.
Yeah.
But it seems good.
Yeah. It'll be cool. It'll be a good card.
Especially in Dark too, because I think Dark has always been one of those decks that it's always just kind of used Parallel or Silent Lab, not because those cards have like extreme synergy, but just nothing else is really good in Dark.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Reverse Valley kind of, but like it's not like something like Decidueye where it's like, oh, Forest of Giant Plants blatantly is the card that you should be playing.
Yeah.
So it's another option, I think, mainly for Dark decks and Mega Mewtwo, which is kind of in that same boat. It plays Shrine of Memories and then like 1 or 2 parallels.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I definitely like this card. And next up, I think this one is another really good card too. Altar of the Sun. Each player's fire and metal Pokemon have no weakness.
Ooh.
So luckily Volcanion already is in a good spot because Greninja doesn't see much play because of all of the grass stuff currently in the format.
Yeah.
But this is really good for Solgaleo, which previously has had a pesky pesky fire weakness, so this could help remedy that.
Yeah.
Also, my boy Mega Scizor, who I got a soft spot for, who has always had that pesky fire weakness. He could play this to potentially make a comeback in the game at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But yeah, I think this is another really good card. If Greninja does creep back into the format at some point, I think Volcanion obviously benefits from this too.
Right. Yeah, seems good.
Yep. And then I'm not sure if the starter GX full art and rainbow rares are going to be in our sets, because I know we're getting some like promo boxes that have a full art version.
Yeah.
But we are finally getting full art versions of the starter GXs, so
It looks pretty cool.
yeah, I dig it. But then we have Incineroar, Primarina, which I actually like this full art. I think it looks kind of nice.
Yeah.
Got our boy Vikavolt. Oh, guess we'll get a small image for that guy. Toxapex. I think I like the regular art a little bit better.
Yeah,
than
the
this
regular looks cooler, but this is still pretty cool. But I do like the regular better.
Collectors gonna go nuts over this thing.
Yeah.
They love them evolutions, and Sylveon does look kind of nice. I like the way this card looks. We got Drampa. Looks pretty neat too. I like the texture on this guy.
Yeah.
And let's see, just all of the hyper rare stuff, or rainbow rare, whatever you guys want to call them. And ooh, oh man, you see this card?
Oh man, let's take a look at this one.
We might have the best card
Hey.
in the whole set that we're gonna get.
Now would you look at that?
So we got secret rare candy. You know this card lets you skip the middle evolution and go straight to the top one.
That sounds pretty good, man.
Man, that's a good card right there. So.
Sounds pretty good.
Best way on, I'm gonna get a playset of these.
Oh yeah, dude. I kind of feel like I wanna. I've never gotten a playset of like a secret rare. I might get a playset.
Yeah,
I might do that.
Heck yeah.
I feel like I have to because rare candy.
Obligated, man.
I feel like I'm obligated to at this point because rare candy. But
just to let people know whenever you play against them.
Yeah, that will be the only like max rarity thing I ever play.
That'll be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this thing. Just I love rare candy just as a mechanic in the game too.
Yeah, for sure.
But then,
ooh,
oh yeah,
look at that.
It's coming.
Look at that.
Secret rare double colorless energy. Finally.
That's pretty cool.
I am so ready for this card. This is going to be stupid expensive. I can already tell, but I will get 4 of these. I will. It's going to have to happen.
I can't wait. You have to promise me you'll send me a screenshot of your bank account before and after. Like,
I'll think about it.
This set is going to be cool. And you're going to get all the secret rares.
There's so many from like this set and the main set being merged together.
Yeah, and we got grass energy. Oh wait, that's already a thing, right?
Well, this is the first time we've had secret rare grass energy.
In this upcoming one? It's not already in... Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was in the regular...
So we'll have that one.
Set.
And so... Yeah, that's it for the little mini set. Then, this is probably our longest set review ever. But there's also some cards which are probably going to be from Japan's Tapu Bulu starter deck that we're going to take a look at too. So yeah, this is going to be the Tapu Bulu starter deck, which we are probably going to get lumped into our Guardians Rising set.
Ooh, click on Tapu Bulu.
That is the idea, Marcus. We're going
I want to see what he looks like. I've never seen him before.
That's what happens when you don't beat the game.
I need to beat the game.
But this guy looks kind of cool. He's kind of like a bull.
Yeah. It's kind of got like a septum piercing thing. And
yep.
What are those drills? Oh no, those are hooves for hands.
Yep.
Okay.
That's definitely the idea here.
But his torso is in a pot, a plant pot.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I don't get him.
It's kind of like a beetle, bull, plant thing.
Huh.
But grass type, no weakness, which is actually really good.
Yeah, that's sick.
So this could also be a potential backup attacker for Lurantis decks who don't want to go against Volcanion.
Right.
But it has the attack, Horn Attack, just a grass to do 30. And it has Nature's Madness for 2 grass and a colorless. 120. And you may discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, to 60 more. And then its GX move for the same attack cost, 150, and heal all of this Pokemon's HP.
Whoa! This card seems good, dude.
Yeah.
It looks weird, but it seems good.
It kind of reminds me of Landorus EX. Like, for its first 2 attacks, 1 energy attachment to do 30, and the second attack does, like, you can discard all of your energy to do...
Like, a bunch.
Yeah, to get, like, a big one-hit knockout.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like this card. You can abuse Max Elixir. You can abuse Forest of Giant Plants. Or, Forest of Giant... What am I talking about? Lurantis GX, that's what I meant to say. That Stadium card we talked about earlier, that
Oh, where
buffs.
you reduce damage by
Yeah, so you
30.
could probably make some sort of tanky deck around this guy.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
So
Like, he looks weird, but he's gonna be a good card.
so maybe like slap a belt on this guy, buff him up to 220,
Yeah.
play that stadium to reduce damage by 30, and then once they do finally do damage to you, you just heal it all off.
Right.
Or
Tapu Wild GX.
I wonder if it's meant to be Tapu Wild GX. I wonder if they just misspelled that. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like this card.
Yeah.
Especially for Lurantis decks. That's going to be the big one, I think. So I'm a fan, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan too.
I don't know if you build the entire deck around this guy or not, but he's got the potential for that, or just to be a tech. So
Yeah,
definitely a really strong card.
for sure.
And I forget if there's anything else in the set. There is a regular Tapu Koko, which is kind of underwhelming. And oh yeah, we do have one new supporter. This is going to round out the final new card of the set. That's going to be Sophocles. I believe that's how you pronounce his name.
Sophocles.
So you must discard 2 cards in your hand in order to play this card, but you draw 4. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, there's a bunch of decks that would benefit from discarding, like Vespiquen, for example, but you have Sycamore. Aqua Patch is a thing, so you could make the case to play this in deck with Aqua Patch, but overall, Sycamore is just better.
Right.
It's just a little underwhelming. If it was just straight up draw 4, I would consider it, but
I'd rather just discard my whole hand and then get 7.
yeah, so not a great card. I don't see this being a thing. But so that is unfortunately the note we are going to end this set review on. So
Yeah.
I apologize, guys, if this one was pretty long-winded, but we just wanted to be as thorough as possible for you.
Uh-huh.
So
There's a lot of cool cards in this set.
yeah, man, definitely. So do you have like a couple favorites in particular? I know we've covered a lot.
So many cool things. Well, Aqua Patch, Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu. Is that no Tapu? All the Tapus are cool.
Yeah,
All of them. Tapu Lele. That's the one I was thinking of.
definitely.
All the Tapus. Secret rare candy.
Obviously, the best card in set.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Well, we've covered
The
so many.
stadiums.
We're definitely going to forget stuff right now
Yeah.
because this is, what, 2 hours long now, I think.
Right.
But yeah, I'll kind of just I'll agree with those things. I think all the Tapus are good. I will say I think Tapu Lele will have a big effect on the game. I
Yeah.
fully expect that to be like a one of in countless decks.
Right. Chandler's trash.
Nah, man, come on, man. Give him a
won't
little
call
love.
him trash. He's better than Dragonite. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I'm going to try to make him a thing. Expect to see me post a deck with Chandelure online at some point. But yeah, the stadiums are good. Sylveon GX, I think, is kind of cool. Lycanroc, I think, is better post-rotation, but I think the ability to like be able just to cut down on your Lysanders by playing the ability is good.
Yeah.
Field Blower, forgot about that card.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be sick.
So, if you could pick one card, what would you say is your favorite card of the set?
The number one favorite
Yes.
card of this set.
I have a feeling I know what you're going to say already, but like, I'll let you say it.
Oh man, now I'm sad because what if I don't say it?
That's okay. Not counting reprints.
Not counting Okay, so I can't say a reprint.
Yeah, like Double Colorless Energy or Secret
Okay.
Rare Candy.
Right. Okay, so number one favorite card. You go first.
I'm actually.
I don't want to.
Oh.
I can't. Oh well, no. Well, I'll go first. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say Tabu. I want to say Tapu Lele.
Yeah, I would. I thought you were gonna say Aqua Patch.
Oh yeah. No,
But I would
Aqua
agree.
Patch.
I would say Tapu Lele is a good.
I just
pick
feel
there.
like I just feel like that one is my favorite only because it's gonna go. It's gonna be great in so many different things. Aqua
sure.
Patch is for sure. Like I don't know. I think I changed it. I mean maybe not. I don't know. Those are both like right neck. They're neck and neck. for first?
For me, I'm gonna say Field Blower. Actually, is my favorite card.
Yeah, that one's up there too.
Well, I feel like that's the card that's needed most out of this set in the current format. Like honestly, I think standard format is fine. Like there's a bunch of playable decks.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very healthy format, but just to like auto lose to Garbodor,
right,
like sometimes is bad. So I think Field Blower, just because of how healthy it will make this game.
Yeah.
But beyond that, as far as like more interesting cards from the set, as far as Pokemon goes, I mean, Chandelure is pretty good and all, but
Yeah.
just kidding. Trying to think. Tapu Lele is probably the best, but dude, I gotta say, I really want to try out Sudowoodo.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot that was a thing, and I didn't think anything of it until we were talking about it. But just to like
put it in Ray,
a like sky field just for yourself, just to completely beat the mirror, seems so good. Like,
yeah.
Like I just love that card now.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be cool.
So yeah, definitely a lot of exciting things for this set. Like
this is a great set.
So if you want to sink some money into a set, this will definitely be a good one.
This is the set to do it.
I'm just gonna tell you guys now. I'm probably gonna buy another case of this set. Sun and Moon already had like a ridiculous amount of ultra rares, and you had to like buy a case if you wanted to pull a good amount of them. So this one even has more ultra rares because it's like an entire Japanese set plus a mini set too.
Yeah.
So definitely expect plenty of pack openings out there for you collectors who may have somehow watched it till the end of this video. But yeah, it's definitely a super good set. But yeah, I guess we'll quit rambling. This has been a very long-winded video, so yeah, definitely stick around. We will, I'm sure, post some testing rounds videos and some decks with this set in the near future as well. But definitely very excited for this one, and we appreciate you guys watching to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an extremely long video.
But as usual, feel free to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our merch over at rarecandytcg.com. If you can pick up something to help support the channel, it'd mean a lot to us. But with that, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you for the next one.